be quiet. And they were like, nah. Started bombarding me with questions. But yeah. Alright. Okay. I'm just gonna do a cat, please. Huh?
Okay.
Just a quick sketch first. I know he said the horns kind of go out like that. He's got a plate. Okay.
Hey everybody. It's me, Epi. And yes, it is how you spell my user handle, also known as Shield. And tomorrow we are going to be beginning an exciting adventure. Excuse me. For the Gamergate Hug Patrol. We are going to be playing Shadowrun. This has been in the works for a little while. And our lovely Miss... what
Fawn.
would you like to be known as?
Fawn.
Fawn is willing to do some character artwork for the game. And I'm going to be here just having a discussion with her about, you know, what she's drawing and kind of just filling you guys in on what our plans are. So, for those of you who don't know what Shadowrun is, it is a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk fantasy game wherein the player characters take on the role of Shadowrunners, which are mercenary individuals who work in the shadows of the mega corporations and are paid to do things that corporations can't do. It's made by Catalyst Games, so all imagery, rights, property will be theirs. We're just using it for the sake of, you know, having fun.
All right.
And what? I thought you said something.
Nah, I tend to talk to myself when I draw. Sorry.
It's okay. So, in this game, you're going to have Utter Jesus, who is a relative noob. And I say that with all the love and respect that it inherits to the tabletop genre. Darth Star, Rachel Edwards from the Honey Badgers podcast. We're also going to have Nephenor and Scruff, rather. And those are going to make up our main cast. There should be 5 of them. Yes. What you're currently seeing on screen is Scruff's character. He is a metahuman. Now, metahumans emerged at this point in 2001. And they are variants on the human genome. They're their own separate species, but they they basically tend to be orcs or elves or dwarves or what have you. The current character she's drawing is a minotaur. He is designed to be stealthy and is kind of hiding out in the Seattle Barrens where our game is going to take place. I wish Scruff was in here so we could have some more discussion, but I may be able to tell you another person if they have time to go over how we make character stories and everything. But that is who you are currently looking at.
Currently, I'm just trying to get a feel for how his face would be.
I think he wanted more muskoxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. There you go. Minotaurs are not in and of themselves an action. They're a race, but they're a sub-race of, I believe, the orcs. There are 5 basic metatypes. There are elves, humans, dwarves, trolls, and orcs. Hold on. Yeah. So, the fun thing about this is it's a low fantasy, high tech kind of a game, which explores what would happen if tech and magic were competing. So this character is literally a Tauren ninja, and he's definitely going to be one of the more interesting ones. I've had a lot of discussion with Scruff about who he is, what he's doing. He's currently, hiding out in a toxic sludge area, trying to just keep out of sight, out of mind. All of our characters will be relatively new people to the area, or new to the idea of shadowrunning. And let me back up a bit and start clarifying some things. In the world of Shadowrun, governments exist, but they are severely neutered against what we can call the megacorps, which are basically ranked corporations that all kind of vie for power. They've wiggled their way out of any censor. They have their own armies. They're pretty much running the joint. They don't really have to worry about what they're doing as long as they can, basically trick a puppet court into letting them go. The court is called the Council. And they're supposedly, watching the world. The world has switched to basically a globalized identification number system, wherein if you're high enough in the status ladder and you aren't a criminal, you get a serial identification number, a SIN. If you're not high enough up into the ladder, or you've committed a crime, you're either sinless, that means you don't have one at all, or you have a criminal sin, which is going to severely limit a lot of your rights and freedoms. So this is a world run by corporations and severely weakened governments that has also managed to go through an awakening of magic, wherein, people suddenly developed the ability to cast magic, and babies were being born as different races, and at one point there was just a wave of magical energy and a bunch of people turned into metahumans randomly. Dragons have reemerged from the shadows, and viruses have wiped out the population left, right, and center. entire parts of country have basically balkanized into their own little micronations. And the world on its very veneer is very civil. You know, there's still, you know, tech and bars and everything we're used to, but at a much more technologically advanced place. But the apocalypse has still happened, and there's still vast swaths of lands that are nuclear apocalyptic wastelands or controlled by hostile nations. You know, we had a dragon for president, but that doesn't mean much because the presidency only means so much. You know, even law enforcement, I believe, is privatized to some extent. You have the Knight Errant and the Lone Star Corporation, who, you know, they're hired to enforce state law. They're a privatized company. So in this world of Shadowrunners, you have, well, in this world of shadows, you have what are called Shadowrunners. Now, most people in this world exist just like everyone else in this world. They go to work, get a job, put in their 40 hours, get off of work, drink. The only real significance is that food shortages have gotten so high that almost everything is made out of soy. So, but, you know, they work, they get their paycheck, they go home, they drink their soy beer, they go to bed, they wake up the next day, they go to work. And for most people, that's okay. It ekes them out a decent living in an apartment where they have their sin and they have their family and they're happy. For some, that's impossible, though. Whether through never having the sin or having lost the sin due to criminal activities or what have you, there are a lot of people who are on the very edges of society and really just struggling to make ends meet. In
that hair is such a placeholder.
The case of our protagonist, rather. Yeah, I'm not sure about that hair.
Yeah, the hair is a placeholder.
He certainly looks like a muskox from the front.
Mm-hmm.
A very surprised and shocked muskox. So our heroes have not gone the route of being gangers, though they may have been in a past life. They have not gone the route of being a prostitute, which they could very well have. They might even have a sin and an actual life, but they've decided, for whatever reason, to risk that and become mercenaries for hire. Now, because the world is basically run by megacorporations, megacorporations need a lot of things done that they can't technically do.
Like
kidnapping, extortion, killings, corporate espionage, all of that is pretty handily kept from happening in the business world. But they've found a way around it by hiring people to do it for them. Plausible deniability. That's where our heroes come in. Our heroes are those plausible deniabilities. They are people who have specialized talents that can be used to do just about anything. They are contacted by people in the know called fixers, or directly by what's called Mr. Johnsons, who are people who excuse me just a sec, folks. And I'm back.
Whatever.
You'll excuse the background noise. I'm sorry.
Let's see.
People called Johnsons who give them a sum of Nuyen, which is money, and a place to go and a thing to do. And they do it, and they get paid. That is what a Shadowrunner is. Now, they may have their own reasons for doing it. They may have their own ideas of what they should and should not take. But what they do have is the temptation of money in front of them. So all Shadowrunners accept money to do things that the corporate world doesn't want happening.
Boom! Muskoxen foot. Muskoxen foot.
It looks very... I like how you do hair. It's actually quite nice. So this particular character that you're watching is a musk ox based minotaur who specializes in being sneaky. But we have others. Otter is playing a dryad, who you'll be seeing later in the episode. We have, I believe, a kitsune by Miss Rachel Edwards, who I may be able to pull in for backstory purposes in a second.
I know he said he has a lion's tail, sort of.
Yeah, he said he has a lion's tail and I think paws. You'll have to check, but I remember one other bit of his character being a lion.
Long tail with a tuft similar to that of a lion. I know this is supposed to be that of an ape. Technically, he's supposed to look blind.
Now, the wonderful thing about the Shadowrun system is...
let's see if we can get some good
It's
hair.
not like World of Warcraft. Have you ever played World of Warcraft?
Who, me?
Fun? Yeah, you.
I've played a little bit of it.
Or any role-playing game?
Yeah.
So you know that...
Yeah.
You know that on some level... You know that on some level, there's a kind of narrow amount of things you can do when you pick a class.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the good thing about Shadowrun is that it doesn't really have you pick a class so much as it has you pick a skill set. Now, that isn't to say that there aren't, generalized classes. There are. You have mage, but you have two different types of mages. You have the type that uses their magic to focus on themselves and uses their magic to focus on each other. You have hackers and technomancers, who are people who are kind of either they learned to interface with the matrix easily or they just interface with it almost naturally. You have magic users aside. You have street samurai, which are people who know how to fight well. You have people who are faces, who are good at charismatic things. So you have classes, but the classes aren't set in stone. If I choose to play a mage, I don't have to stick to one path or a set of magical powers that only the mage can learn. There's enough leeway within the mage system that I could make a shaman, or I could make a wizard, or I could make a priest mage, and focus on different abilities. So there's a lot of flexibility in building the characters. Our dryad, for instance, is actually, believe it or not, a strict Catholic priest character who uses magic. And is kind of all the more crazy for it. There's just a lot of flexibility, so that's something I love about Shadowrun.
There we go. That's a lot better.
Yes, it is.
As for the hair, I'm not sure what to do with the hair, so we'll probably have to ask Scruff about that.
Just a second, folks. We have exactly one viewer.
Beautiful.
I'm such a boring person sometimes.
Don't worry.
This will be much better. I'm going to pull Rachel. We have a bit of a delay, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you our one viewer?
Who, me?
You.
No.
Okay, so we're going to be bringing Rachel in and doing some quick discussion on the thing. Oh no, Rachel was apparently the viewer.
Oh.
So yeah, just remember this guy kind of lives underground in catacombs, so his hair is probably pretty matted.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rachel wants to do this on. She'll be here in a minute. Cyber tech is the hardest bit you're going to run into.
Yeah.
Remember, this was written in like the 90s. So a lot of the aesthetic is going to be influenced by the 90s, even though I'm going to bring it up to,
Yeah.
the thousands. They do a lot of stuff like, yeah, include Daleks. And I'm like, I'm going to include androids that look like iPhones.
Beautiful.
And stuff like that. Yeah, the AIs aren't especially advanced, though, so they have, like, very basic functions like walk here, take order, walk back with drink. And they have paths and stuff like that. It's the, post-apocalyptic future if everything sucked. But was still very shiny.
Shiny! Alright.
Shiny. Also, I'm super professional. At this point, I'm just going to start talking to you until we get Rachel in.
Let's see.
I really can't go on forever about Shadowrun.
Forgot my tablet was set on zoom in. There we go. This is probably gonna end up being
There's
some
gotta
really
be a
quick
way
coloring.
There's gotta be a way to watch the chat window via whatever. Hello,
I wish
Rachel.
there was.
So there she is. Hello, Rachel. So Rachel is playing.
Oh.
Have you named your character yet?
Okay. So I don't blow everybody's eardrums out.
Oh, she's coming in pretty bad.
This is just some fairly quick coloring.
Give it a sec.
Oh, what's going on? Okay, I'm here now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And we've got Otter here.
You're breaking up for me. Is she breaking up for you?
Somewhat.
Probably because I got way too many things running.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna see if paring some stuff down doesn't
Thick, dark
speed up my
fur.
machine. Alright, let's try this again. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, are you using Psy?
Nah, I'm using Mischief.
She is.
Wait, who are you drawing?
I'm drawing, Scruff's character at the moment. This is just a really basic sketch.
He looks kind of silly.
I know. Sketches always look silly, that's the thing.
Well, no, I sketch too. I mean, I can show you some of what I do too.
Boopity boop.
Next time I'll probably draw my characters. No fun. Ugh.
Yeah, just give me a second.
I'm trying to figure out some things.
My computer is being my computer.
And my computer's been doing lots of stuff too, so it's like
Okay,
It's a lot less muscly than I expected.
That's because I can't draw muscles. Just
So now he just looks like a
there.
Bishi.
Yeah, just pretend there are lots of muscles on there.
Okay.
Just pretend that.
Okay, Rachel.
But yeah,
so you're playing our Kitsune?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. Have you gotten a name?
I think I was gonna go with something like I'm trying to remember what I'll have to go pull that up. Give me a second. But I think, her real name is kind of irrelevant. It's going to be what alias she's traveling under, because that's going to
can't
be a lie.
understand a word she's saying.
Basically,
What?
she said she's going by an alias.
Okay. I can understand a word you're saying, Rachel.
Sorry.
It might very well be my internet. It's okay.
Wait, can you hear me okay?
Just,
other person? I can't remember what you... Fawn, yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, good.
Am I breaking up for you guys?
A little bit.
Okay. So Rachel, do me a favor. Keep our friend busy, or not busy, but keep talking, explain your character. I'm going to go see if I can get a better connection.
Okay, so I'm kind of making a Kitsune character, and for those of you who don't know, She's a fox shapeshifter, so kind of like out of Japanese lore,
Yeah.
that were known to turn into beautiful women and stuff like that, and be tricksters and things like that. And so I'm making her a compulsive liar and a career criminal and seducer. So
I'm just making fun of the picture at this point.
so lots of charisma. You know, sneaky. I'm going with sneak. Possibly some spells, is probably some magic too. But yeah, going for sneaky. Possibly former espionage background, that sort of thing. Or actually, instead of, well, it would be more like criminal espionage rather than like for the government. So she's gonna be she's gonna look like a regular woman to everybody else, but so the little ears or anything are not gonna be popping out unless she's probably drunk. So see, can you imagine that though?
Oh my gosh.
So, like, gets drunk and then starts losing like the shift, right? And then you wake up next to a fox, or there's like a tail, or there's like a tail hanging out. Like, what the? There's a tail here. Like, or like someone wakes up and the tail is in their face. That's kind of fun. And that's, I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. I've always wanted to play this kind of character. I played some kind of variation of a Tengu in a game before as well, but yeah, this I'm just keeping it, you know, sneaky, crafty, fox lady. I'm probably gonna I'm gonna have to craft some lies within lies within lies to tell, because it's, yeah. Probably feign innocent a couple times, like, "Oh, please help me! I don't know where my home is."
Oh no, help me!
It's like, "Oh, you're such a big, strong man. You've come to help me."
Help me with your big, strong arms.
So, what kind of character are you playing, Fawn?
I'm not playing in the game. I'm just doing the character sketches.
What? You're not playing? You're not gonna play
No,
with
I've
us?
been really busy, and I just got on my spring break, so.
Spring break. Again, we forget that you're actually a minor.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm gonna
worry.
make fun of my own drawing.
Don't worry. The teen years will soon go away, and you'll be left with you'll be left wondering where it all went,
Yeah.
and then feel weird later on watching teen dramas. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I will watch those animes that have like it'll be sort of about school, about kids going to school and stuff. It'll be so weird that you find yourself doing that at that age. You know? But yeah, my character is she's a fox lady. I'm trying to, let me look up the name. I think the original name I'd given her was Minori, which but yeah, the name that I'd given her was actually Truth. The irony in that, yeah. It's just, so it's kind of fun, and it will be fun. It's gonna be, know it.
Hey,
It's gonna get all.
Hi.
Hi.
is
Hi.
the quality better?
You're still breaking up for me, but I can understand you a little better.
Yeah, we can understand you.
Yay, which means the first about hour of this was me breaking up while trying to describe the setting. Yay!
Well, you weren't breaking up
And you're
barely,
still breaking up.
Yeah, you're still breaking up, but it wasn't that bad at the beginning, so don't worry.
Breaking up is hard to do.
Well, you know, I wanted to
So
sit
how
somewhere where
are
I
our
can charge
characters going to meet?
Say that again?
How are our characters going to meet?
I was going to have you basically meet um at a basically everyone's going to start out with a free contact,
Hello?
which hi, can you not hear me?
Yeah.
A what now? Yeah, you're
Free
breaking up pretty
contact.
bad on my end.
Oh,
Oh,
bother.
okay. Okay, so I want to understand we are mercenaries and stuff like that of different varieties, and we'll be meeting we'll probably be coming together to go on a mission of some kind, but I don't know how that happens.
I
Well,
intended for
every
this to be silly, but it looks serious.
yeah, it is.
That
You
is a
look
very
scared.
silly nose. That's a very silly nose.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Just give him a bull nose. Like, oh my god, just give him a bull nose or something.
I don't know. The nose fits him pretty well.
Yeah.
Wait, are you trying to make it look like Scrooge?
Kind of. Like, this is almost what Scruff looks like. That's his...
To you? Well, he's rather horrid, you think? For Scrub.
Poor guy.
See, look what you did. This is bad, and you should feel bad. He looks like, oh my god, he's got a little cat ears.
No!
Why did you give him cat ears?
Just for fun.
Just for funsies?
Just for funsies, he's got cat ears.
See, now the way that his horns are going, he's gonna poke someone in the eye. Like, they're gonna come in for a kiss or something, and it's just like, oh my god, now I need an eye patch.
That's the point.
Right. So yeah, you're all mercenaries, and there's a network. So it's not like D&D where adventurers are just kind of like, yay, we're adventurers. Because you're Shadowrunners. You're not technically supposed to exist. And no one knows you exist. You're just kind of glitches in the Matrix. So... What?
Yeah, I'm originally from another country. I'm trying to work out all the kinks of how I ended up coming to Seattle.
Well, here's the good thing. As long as you have either very good fake sin, or your parents were of at least some kind of money, like middle class, you probably have a sin. You
Okay.
probably have a personality, and you can easily cross borders because the identification numbers are multinational.
Yeah, I'm thinking of having the situation be that her mother was involved in the same sort of stuff that she's doing like right now, and was very, very good at it, and probably got involved with some high up individuals. I think that the lie that I'm going to tell is that she's dead, and I'm looking for the man who killed her, but she's actually alive and probably one of my contacts. Still back. Still back in another country.
You're going into town to find the man who shot your ma, who didn't really shoot your ma.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's a lie that I'm giving. But probably he's guilty of something else.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's probably
your
going
father, right?
Yeah, or that could be the lie that's going to be told, that he's my father or whatever. But it could just be somebody who has something that my mom wants.
Big muscly arms.
Big muscles.
I'm thinking that what it could be is that she, like long or not so long ago, her mom came into possession of a box that's supposed to contain something really important, but they don't have any way of opening it.
Okay, so you want to carry a plot MacGuffin. Gotcha.
Plot MacGuffin? Okay, we don't have to do this then. That was just an idea.
No, I'm totally now writing that in. I know exactly what plot MacGuffin your mother currently is holding. You've done it. You've gotten yourself on the plot bus. Get ready for a wild ride.
Oh, God. We don't know what the fuck is inside the box, but
But you
Apparently
know
it's
it's
worth
there.
some money. But we know it's supposed to be worth some money. And that's all that's important.
That is exactly what's going down. So give me just a sec.
But the person I'm looking for is probably the person somebody who knows what it is or probably has some kind of a passcode or something.
Yeah, no, again, I know exactly what you want. Let me go back to your original question and we can move through this one at a time.
Okay.
How you're going to meet, especially if your mother is part of the Shadowrunner community, you'll be known.
Okay.
That is to say, they will know who you are, and you will probably have something of a legacy to live up to. If your mother's really wicked good, and then the girl who she, mothered is in the game, you're probably expected to be just as good as her.
Yeah.
You will be meeting all of your other contacts through Spades. Spades is a fixer who works primarily in the downtown area, and kind of owns a bar. And he will be giving you your first call and telling you that you'll be meeting up with other people and that, this is your team. And then you guys will probably either meet at his bar, called The Break, or will be meeting just outside of the bar with which you are going to enter the game. I'm going to say that I gave you how many points? 400?
Mm-hmm.
At 400, you are not you're not brand spanking new, but you're pretty new to the whole scene of how shadow running works.
Mm-hmm.
So, he'll probably be your only fixer contact.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be starting him for free.
We do it for free, guys.
We're totally doing it for free on this one. Because otherwise, I was actually in a game where the DM decided that they were just going to let them wander into the plot hook, which is kind of like fishing without bait. So the first session ended, and I'm not going to tell you who DM'd this because they've changed since then, but the first session ended with my character riding on the horns of the orc, shooting backwards with a small minigun, like the thing you would get in Fallout 3 that shoots nukes. We did not successfully manage to get anything. We killed our Johnson. We didn't even get the damn job.
What are you? Wait, hold a second. What program are you using for this, Fawn?
Mischief.
I've never heard of this.
It's not a very well-known program because it doesn't have a lot of capabilities, but it's really good for sketching.
Yeah, I use Psy personally, but that's just me.
I've always been a Psy girl, but if I could get my hands on Photoshop, oh ho 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 ho.
Well, Photoshop is good for some things, but the thing about it is it's not naturally good for digital painting, but you can use it for digital painting, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's really the problem, because I've seen at least some open source programs that are actually really good, but they take a lot of your computer up, and it's ridiculous. That's why I keep coming back to Psy. Like, wow, that is he just looks so silly.
Whoa.
I'm the guy actually, if I remember correct from his character sheet, he has no intimidate. So now I may be wrong. Gruff may have changed it, or I may have misread it. But as I understand it, the guy took no intimidate. He's really fucking persuasive, though.
Oh my god! I know what to draw. I know what to do.
I may be wrong, but this is a character I have seen in my head. So anyway, going back to your question, yes, that's how you will meet your other players. I don't like preformed teams because I find that what players say their character is like tends to not be exactly how they do it, so some dysfunction can come from expectations. Starting everyone fresh with a meeting tends to take that away and allow people to be much more free and open with how they're role playing. It's just my personal preference. There's nothing wrong with prefabbing teams and saying, yeah, you guys have been best friends for like 10 years, and
That's dumb. I kind of like the idea of just throwing all these crazy characters together. So who do we have so far? I mean, we know Scruff is going to be a Minotaur.
Scruff.
I'm a Kitsune. I don't know who Otter Jesus is going to be.
He's a Dryad. In fact, I don't think I have any just elven or dwarven characters. I think everyone picked like a sub-race.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I understand that there's good things and bad things to it, but for me, the sub-races have always just been more fluff than anything else.
I think it's because we're trying to I don't know, it's really typical to go with something like an elf or a dwarf, and I think they're trying to be alternative.
Yeah, well, fucking straight edge, I guess. No,
Did you say straight?
Yeah, no, sorry. When somebody says alternative, okay. Story. I grew up in the backwoods of Vermont. Okay? So, and I don't mean like I was in the boonies, because there's a difference between backwoods and boonies. But I was in a small enough town that you could drive through it in 5 minutes and miss it. Like, you could be changing songs on your iPod and you wouldn't know you went through the town. Now, it was a relatively big town for the area, but it was still just a very small town. And so, alternative lifestyles up there did not refer to gay, because being in Vermont, there wasn't really... I mean, there are people who disapprove of it, but we really don't care. It wasn't that sort of thing. Alternative stuff was like punk rockers. So I had a person in my school who was a punk rocker and always wore that little black X on their hand. And so,
why does he have braids? Why did you
It's supposed to be more like locks, like cyber locks, but
buy my shit.
Look it. It doesn't look like it.
Buy my shit. Just so you're all aware, there is this was done in the 90s when kind of the racial undertones were, they hadn't quite reached the peak they are yet, but they were starting to come up. So there's actually this is right before the PC era of tabletop gaming hit. So there's actually a lot of it's blatantly obvious that orcs are meant to mirror African American culture, and it's actually kind of fun because I don't mind the culture. The culture is really awesome, but it's very obvious that they've kind of taken cultures and translated them. So not all orcs are African American. There are different racial things, but they each have their own culture, their own language, and I find that they tend to mimic the inner city cultures one would find. So it's really interesting, and yeah. So you've now added sunglasses to him, which makes me sound even more racist.
So what are the Minotaurs exactly? What's their culture?
Minotaurs, I believe, are a sub-race of troll. Sub-race of troll. Trolls, I don't know. They're not orcs. And orcs
Talking about the trolls now.
Are
you saying that Scruffy's a troll?
Yeah, Scruffy is totally a troll. Scruffy took a sub-race of troll, I believe. I could be wrong, and it could be a sub. Sense.
considering that he's like a ninja minotaur. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like it's completely ridiculous. That's very trolly.
Oh yeah. No, when people walked up to me and they were like, "This is what I want to play," I sat for about 5 minutes after everyone had pitched themselves to me, and I went, "Well, there's one of two ways I can go. I can go completely grimdark and try to play this serious, and nobody's going to have fun, or I can just say fuck it, and we're going to have fun with it." So, warning you guys now, this is kind of a fuck it campaign. Not like. Not, not like I'm going to throw up my hands and say fuck it and not do the work, but I just, sure.
Well, there can be serious things, and that's the thing. That's the great thing about these kind of games is because when they do get silly, it can be great because there can be, of course, serious moments and we can totally play them out. But there's going to be those moments where things just get ridiculous.
We're more talking like.
You mean like Minotaurs wearing sunglasses ridiculous?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the thing about it is when all these were pitched, I just kept imagining to myself, like, a situation where we all have to get away, and we're on my motorbike, and so Scruffy's riding the motorbike, with, like, this big Minotaur on a tiny motorbike. I'm on his back as a fucking fox, and then there's like another, and then there's like maybe Otter's character and Darkstar's character clinging to his back, just like.
That'll pretty much be it. Let's not kid ourselves. That's exactly what we're going to get.
We're gonna pretend this is a bike because I can't draw bikes.
Okay, I'm going to check. Okay, wait, what? Oh, okay. Hi, Sapient Critters, Shapeshifters, and others. Okay, I'm checking to see which one the Minotaur is. All right, I am right. The Minotaur is a troll variant. So what that means is he was a troll who happened to take on the qualities of a Minotaur. Basically. Troll.
Well, I actually imagined him being much bigger. In fact, like probably like dwarfing the bike.
He's actually like 8 feet something, according to Scruff.
Exactly. See. So you just need to make a really tiny little bike.
Holy shit. I'm done. I'm over this. I'm not done.
See what we've done. See what you did, Scruffy. You're not even here.
Oh my god. I'm trying to be serious and discuss this, but yes, it is essentially a fuck it campaign.
Wait, and now draw me as a tiny little fox, like on his head or something. Tiny little fox.
And then you've got to get like 3 other characters of medium size, just kind of clinging everywhere. See, that looks like his fucking torso. I can't even. There's got to be at least one shapely, like, dryad type character, and
they're like, and they're on his shoulders.
Yeah, like, oh my god. Going back, cultures tend to mimic where the original creature came from. Orcs are only really African American because there's a theory floating around, and I could be reading into it really, but it's supposed to mimic, like, Minotaurs come from Greece, and Kitsune comes from Japan, and Oni come from Japan, and you see how this works?
Mm-hmm.
Dryads are usually Celtic. Native American people, for some reason, have...
We'll pretend that's a dryad.
Yay!
Just a flower.
It's like a flower in her hair. Native American people have a variant of, I think it's the elf. African Americans have a variant of the elf. So
maybe you should have Darkstar's character riding bitch seat.
Yes, Darkstar's character must ride bitch seat.
What?
What is Darkstar's character again?
I thought he was like a hacker or something. Oh wait, no, he's an elf hacker. Oh wait, no, he's an elf hacker. Yeah, he's an elf hacker.
Yeah, he's an elf hacker.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you
so
want him?
riding bitch seat.
So like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, fuck me.
No, really. Oh no, all we need is a fucking tree. Oh wait, we get the dry.
Oh god. You know, to be fair, I thought we were going to have an informative discussion on how to create characters.
I'm sorry.
Shouldn't have. No. This is much more fun.
See now you see what we fucking did here. We've already got it. We've already got a god. Wait, isn't the dryad like a tree? Like a tree nymph? Or was that the
Yeah,
middle thing?
these are supposed to be leaves right here.
Yeah, so we've already got our tree. We've got
Yeah.
a tree. We've got a fluffy animal with a tail that has an attitude problem.
He's just a hacker, and I don't even know. Nephinor has to come in and tell us what his character is. But okay, so getting back on track, they mirror. They aren't like orcs don't celebrate Kwanzaa. It isn't a direct correlation, but they mirror. And they mirror it because where you're stepping into is going to be a very, very racially divided world.
So, I'm imagining Blade Runner here, like for environment. But
yeah, it's very Blade Runner-esque if you threw like the 70s over it civil rights-wise. You know what I'm saying? Like elves and dwarves and orcs and all the other variants are not seen as
So wait, are we gonna be like racist against one another?
there are racists, but no, it's every individual chooses their outlook, but the overwhelming majority of people will know
Sorry,
that.
I'm still looking at the picture. I'm trying not to.
Fine. God damn it.
That's not the bitch seat. The bitch seat is in the back. But yeah,
I don't care.
It's like here.
We'll put Nephinor's character on the bitch seat.
Yeah, Nephinor gets the bitch seat because he's the last one. No, anyway. So, long story, very, very, very short. The racial tensions between the different types of metahumans are there. They are prevalent, and to be honest, there's an orc-exploitation movement. So it's not...
Did you say orc-exploitation?
Yeah, there's an orc-exploitation movement. It's gone down in recent years, but it's exactly what it sounds like.
So kind of like black exploitation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dogs.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Puppies. So yeah, so what you're stepping into is a racially tense kind of area. Different countries have different views. For instance, I believe Hong Kong, perhaps, or Japan are okay with their metahumans, whereas the metahumans in Seattle and the former United States are kind of, separate but equal. Yeah. And again, every person chooses their viewpoint. There's a lot of things to argue about, so race is just one of them. Dragons have emerged and kind of proven Christianity wrong, but there are still people who are like, yeah, Christianity's not wrong, and maybe Christianity isn't wrong. It's
so
just...
What's our stance on what happens when people get fucked up drunk in this game? Like what?
I take over and I roll appropriately, and if fucked up drunk dictates that you sleep with one another, that happens. I don't know how a dryad and a minotaur get it on, but it will happen if such things happen.
Or a fox and an elf.
Yeah, might as well warn the one viewer. or anyone who views this eventually. This is going to be an explicit game, and it's going to be recorded live and probably put up with minimal editing. And I'm going to be blunt. I do mean minimal editing. I don't do trigger warnings. This is your one and only trigger warning. I don't do trigger warnings. I can maybe put up a description where it says, trigger warning this if I feel it's really necessary, but I'm not interested in that sort of thing. I'm interested in capturing the feel of an actual table. That being said, never ever going to have you role play out sex. Sorry. Just I don't want to think about people.
Yeah, that's fine. I've never played one of those games either, and I've only heard weird things happen from people from poor DMs who've had to go through that. They're like, I want to get laid in games. Is that what they say?
I had to DM one of these. Oh no, I didn't DM one of these. I was subject to one of these in a LARP. Now I was okay with the concept that my character would go and be in a back room with this person, and we would leave it at that. But the person wasn't actually dragging her backstage to have sex. The person was actually dragging her backstage to basically implant memories. So the person is like, okay, how good of an implant do you get? This is the DM, and I'm like, okay, well, here's my resistance. Oh, I failed. And the person gets like 5 successes, and I'm like, oh shit. And the person took great detail and time in explaining to me very detailedly what I was remembering. He didn't just say, oh, I have sex with you. I was like, yeah, this is how it feels. And it's the one and only LARP I did in the area, and it's the only time I went back to that LARP. And I'm not going to tell you who and what, and it wasn't like the cam, so don't worry about it, but it was definitely an awkward situation.
Yeah, I had an awkward situation once, but it wasn't like that. It was just kind of what the fuck. And it was a situation where I failed a roll, and the DM was actually making this one. We were running a homebrew game in this other universe that our DM had created, right? And in it there were these creatures that looked. He said they looked vaguely like drow and skin color and things like that, and I can't remember. But basically, I think vaguely monstery, and the queen of them apparently was, looking to have one of us for the night. And it turns out she liked women instead, and I failed the roll.
Well, that is completely within drow lore. They do bang other women, and they do bang other women in preference to men, if I remember correctly. D&D nerds, please don't scream at me. I've never been much into the drow. Sorry.
But I failed the roll, and so she took me off to her chambers.
Oh God.
And I'm like, no. Look. And then I failed the roll to find out if I liked it. They're like, yeah. So you got raped, and it was a good rape. So.
Oh God. And Twitter descends upon us.
Fly, my pretty fly, fly, social justice minions.
No, kidding.
You.
I will never. This is me setting this out for you and for anyone listening. I will never force you to do an interaction you do not feel comfortable with. I will immediately, if you say to me, I am uncomfortable with this situation, I can't change it for the sake of plot, but what I can do is immediately just default to die, which is I will allow you to roll to get out of this situation, and I will hand wave anything that you don't want to talk about. I ask that if there's sexy things going on between characters, because this happens for like no reason other than people want it to happen, or there are like couples at the table. My rule for that is, yeah, sure, it happens. Yeah, sure, you can integrate it, and I'm not against you having kissy face, but please don't make it the main part of the plot that we're dealing
Oh
with.
god, that gets really annoying. Oh,
Well,
geez.
one of my favorite Let's Plays, the Arcology podcast, which is much better than this, people. Why are you watching this? Go watch the Arcology podcast, please. They have one of the most wonderfully role-played couples. It's actually, not something I picked up on until the PCs started doing the thing. And it was not consistently in other people's faces, and when they do have moments, it is sweet.
Aww.
It is. There's this one thing where, like, not to spoil it, but woman character is gravely injured, and other guy has a reason for being freaked out, so he's like, oh my god, are you okay? And it's just, like, the sweetest thing. They're driving away from their run, and oh my god, it just made me squeal. I'm fangirling over a roleplay by two other people. This is slightly awkward.
So I'll be doing my sexy Kitsune voice.
Yay! No,
Yay, sexy voice.
that's the only two things. If you get hooked up in game, please don't make it all of the game. Also, let's not bring politics in just for the sake of,
Yeah, no politics.
No
So how does this
politics,
look?
no personal issues. Oh my
No,
god.
no.
Oh, the diabetes! Oh god! Blah.
No. But yeah, it'll be interesting, I think.
Mhm.
But if only for the fact that, like, because I'm still picturing.
We are basically the Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's not kid ourselves.
Wait, oh god, okay, wait, what did you do? How did you, Minotaur Senpai? Oh my god, we're already shipping this.
No!
Why are we already shipping this? Minotaur Senpai, no.
We are not shipping Otter and Scrub. I don't care. No.
Bad fun.
I wrote that while you guys were talking about it.
I
Why
know.
don't you ship her with the cyber elf instead?
Oh god. All right. So, back on topic.
See, now I'm imagining.
Let's actually focus on your character so we can get away from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just starting out, but I have a feeling that it's not my first rodeo in the way. I've probably done some kind of petty theft or some sneaky majigs before, but not this. Not
Well,
the Shadowrunning.
If Mommy Dearest was a former Shadowrunner and you
Yeah.
showed any aptitude
Yeah.
to be a Shadowrunner,
Yeah.
she probably at least... She either discouraged it or she encouraged it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure which one, but if Mommy Dearest encouraged it, then she'd probably have trained you.
Yeah, I would imagine. Well, that would explain some of these things. Yes, that's actually was the plan. But yeah, talking about this sounds like a good thing. I don't know if we want there to be any crossover with Yakuza or anything like that, because I only know so much about it, and I really don't want to get my pinky cut off, because I kind of like my pinkies.
the Yakuza actually would be a great jumping off point. The Yakuza and the Mafia had a huge all-out war in Seattle in the past, in the recent past. And it ended out with the Yakuza on top. They are the current... there's Mafia, don't get me wrong, but they are they won the fight.
Yeah, I would imagine that my mother would probably know people in there.
Daddy Dearest
Uh,
might have actually been
Yeah.
a Yakuza.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
if
am I grounded yet?
you are, yes.
You're grounded, Fawn. Bad.
You're so grounded. You're grounded so hard. I ground you at force 10. You're done.
Oh gosh.
Bad,
That's
Lolly. Bad.
very bad.
I could make it worse.
Oh, please.
Oh, no.
No, please do. Let's see. The Yakuza will probably be your best bet. Daddy Dearest is probably a Yakuza, and I'm going to bet that if the Yakuza know he's a Kitsune, they're being very secretive about it because, yeah, he's still an animal technically. He's still got all the rights of a fox. So, knowing that foxes cannot breed outside of other foxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Daddy is either a high business exec or a Yakuza.
Yeah.
You get to choose.
Yeah. That's difficult.
Let's stick with what?
How about we have it so we don't fucking know, and we roll to find out which, and I don't know which, but you do know.
Oh, you want DM's choice. Very good, very good.
So I don't fucking know who my daddy is, but I've been hinted that it's probably either a businessman or a Yakuza boss, and probably the people that she's slept with have some idea that I might be their
baby.
Yeah, but nobody fucking knows. So that's probably a better situation, because that actually gives me a lot more room to play around with.
Okay. I will.
There, I made it worse.
Oh gosh.
Jeez. I will put that in. So we've cleared up your daddy, sort of. We've cleared up how you're going to meet, so you don't need to write that into your backstory. Anything else? Loli Dryad.
Lolly Dryad. Oh god, Lolly Dryad. Oh god, you're welcome. You're welcome, America. Oh no. Now we're imagining the Dryad in pretty clothes.
Oh no. I love you, but Otter in pretty clothes. Oh god.
Well, he's the one who chose to be a girl, and so he doesn't.
He can have us imagine his character all we want. No.
I should send this to Otter.
You should. You should be like, look what we're doing.
But doesn't he need to be around water though?
No. Lolita are. Oh God. There's a whole new meta race. It's now Lolitas. They are just eternally 12 years old, and they are eternally in these dresses.
I'm a college student. No, you're not.
No, you're fucking not.
Dryads.
I'm 20. No, you are.
Dryads are stuck to a particular tree, and I have to work that out with him. But basically,
he's a tree.
Tree, yeah. Nymphs are the ones who need to constantly be near water.
Okay.
But nymphs, I don't believe, exist as a playable race.
So we're already the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. We've already got a tree.
So basically, what's going to happen is he's going to have a tree that he needs to take care of, and that he needs to constantly be paying attention to, or he starts taking bonuses.
Fawn. I love you, Fawn. I was thinking that exact thing. I am Groot, and you wrote it.
I am Groot. Otter has an interesting backstory, and it's gonna be fun when you guys figure everyone out. Because nobody went in with just a stereotypical, like, I'm ex-military, but I've done something horrible. No, everyone's put some amount of, like, I think maybe the only one who hasn't is Darstar, but then Darstar has, he has a backstory. It's a good backstory, but it is nowhere near the backstory that the rest of you have decided on.
Otter, like, lol.
Just lol. So
He has no idea what we've been doing in here. He doesn't know that
No.
we've already been shipping him and the elves. Try like elf summer. No,
no.
elf summer, don't touch me there.
So I'm trying to get Nephinor in here. Someone else could poke Nephinor. Just be like,
I
hey,
could-
dude.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's the one who's usually supposed to do the probing, but you know,
Oh, yeah, no.
he's the one who usually probes
Let's
us.
probe the alien first this time.
Well, I can't really. Well, I can't really go on Skype. I've been like my Skype has been having some serious errors. It's been weird because it's like having errors with like Flash Player. I don't understand. I probably need to reinstall Flash Player or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
And-
then I'll poke him. I'll prod and see what's going on here.
She's wearing blood. Oh, go on.
So Nephinor, I want him to explain his own character. Darstar, I can only explain his character as he has a robotic chihuahua.
Oh God. But
Like, he needs to be exact. He needs to be the one. And do be aware that when I don't expect anyone to actually watch this as like backstory.
What if they do? What if they do? And they
if
find
they
out that I'm
do,
basically Irene Adler or a Catwoman, but
Yeah.
but a fox.
If they do, then they will get a lot of behind the scenes information on how and what I do. But you guys will be introducing yourselves and your characters, and you won't have to like blurt out that you're a kitsune. But yeah, no, there's a robotic chihuahua involved. I no other way to explain it.
And he loves his chihuahua. It's like,
He does.
oh good. You know, I'm imagining him as being this sort of dorky guy who just lives on his own with his chihuahua. All he needs is his dog and his
He's a
computer.
rigger. He's a rigger, darling. That's all he needs is his trusty rig and his home.
His robot dog.
Robot chihuahua. He was going to be a vaporal robot chihuahua, but I'm not sure if that's still a thing.
Kill the robot fish, kill the robot frog, and then I'll ride off on my robot dog.
But yeah,
Sorry.
the robot chihuahua. Yeah. So,
I'm making that.
anything else for your character that you can think of?
I'm going to probably seduce my way out of certain situations. Yeah. I'm gonna be completely fucking shameless here. So it's gonna be like, oh no, mister, I don't know where I am. I don't know where my house is. Could you help me? Oh, I do believe that I've had far too much to drink. And next
God
half.
damn.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Like Blasty,
Bing bong.
then Blasty Doom. It's like, or something. It's gonna be, or that's gonna be the distraction, or something. I don't know. But that's what I want to do. Is you know, what the fuck, shameless character. I think that would be best.
So we've got a lush kitsune, a dryad, who is in a dumpster, but the dumpster has been completely altered to be awesome.
Wait, who's living in the dumpster?
Our dryad lives in a dumpster. but the dumpster has been retrofitted to include a small kind of apartment coffin room.
Wow. So wait, but we should probably like get an apartment. All the characters should probably get an apartment together or something. Like,
That'll come up naturally.
yeah, because like I think I'm gonna have mine like squatting in a house, something like just
Well,
in a abandoned building.
To be fair, you have just a series of catacombs that are guarded by ghosts. In Scruff's character. So
Are you drawing me now? Well, I'm supposed to look at all human. Like,
so if all else fails, if you get together with
Detective Fox. I like the fox. That's actually really cute. But like my character is Japanese, so it's just a Japanese girl.
I know, but I just really wanted to draw this.
I know. Tiny Japanese girl. Then you could have me like passed out drunk with a foxtail and the ears popped out because I'm like half drunk. It's like, does you being drunk fuck with your ability to shapeshift?
Not as far as I know. Now,
Okay.
might be wrong, but as far as I remember, no.
Okay.
So, yeah, don't worry too much about that. In game, you guys will be fine for everything you need, as long as you have a lifestyle. So I know what kind of lifestyle you have. So
Am I blushing? Is my character blushing?
She's drunk.
apparently,
Yes.
apparently Japanese people blush when drunk.
Yay.
I don't know what her hair is, so I'm just gonna
Okay,
give her
like, so
stereotypical.
like a shoulder length hair. There we go. Like something like brushing the shoulders. That would be nice. There we go.
Now, remember, this is cyberpunk, so you can go all kind of crazies with the hair
Yeah.
and the fashions.
Yeah.
There are actually entire suits that are like holographic fairy wings. They're
that's
like
neat.
super. Yeah, it's super expensive, but basically holographic, movable, interactive fairy wings.
Yeah, I'd go crazy with fashion, but that's gonna fuck with my stealthiness.
Oh no, not you. I'm talking about the drawings. Clubwear is really interesting. I would designate it as very much the Matrix meets current clubwear meets a very large amount of glow sticks.
You know what I like though? Of all the really crazy like Japanese streetwear, what I think is pretty awesome. It's this new wave of it's called the shiranuri. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. But basically, it's somewhere between kabuki and like looking like a porcelain doll. It's a very strange. It's strange,
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that.
but also very pretty. It's actually really cool. Like
Before you freak out.
I am a sexy fox.
I'm a sexy fox. Like I have you know that I could suck a golf ball through a garden hose. That's the drunk. That's the drunk talking. That's the drunk talking.
Before we continue, since you are going to be a lush, you are going to be very well versed in probably a few things.
Okay.
So, first and foremost,
So what does it mean that I'm a lush exactly?
a lush is someone who's very sexually active and likes to drink a lot and kind of likes to party, that sort of thing.
Yes.
It used to be just drinks a lot or is very like they like to do luscious things, but it's moved into the sexual thing, and it's above a tart but below a tramp in the whole like whore spectrum.
There's a whore spectrum.
Yeah, like I can't believe it.
There's a fucking horse specter. See, all of feminists are gonna be pissed because we're talking about the horse specter.
Well, I fully don't believe that you should ever call anyone a whore, no matter how sexual or unsexual they are. But there are words that mean that particular thing and have a difference in severity. For example, a whore gets paid, a slut does not.
Yeah.
So a whore is, oh god, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm so going to get someone yelling at me about this. My grandmother used to say a whore is more respectable than a slut because at least they get paid.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing. I do think that there are some people that you should frown upon, but not because they're having a lot of sex, but because they're being irresponsible in some way. And what I'm saying is irresponsible, in terms of irresponsible, I mean like you're sleeping with somebody else's like boyfriend or husband or something like that, or you are, doing this so often that you can't remember everybody's name. Like you can't remember who you slept with like last night, and you weren't drunk. you just don't you can't be bothered to care, and it's like your vagina is sort of like this revolving door of just.
Well, I'm not going to engage you in this because again, this is politics. But
yeah,
what I do know is that there's a differentiate between a slut and a whore, and that's what I mean. So a lush is kind of a good way of saying, oh, she drinks a little too much and has a little too much sex.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're gonna be promiscuous, at least be able to remember and recall who you've been with in case something goes wrong and you need to find out who the father of your child is or something.
Or
like
have
that.
safe sex. I completely support safe sex.
Yes, safe sex, but you never know. Like something. Okay, here's the thing. I've never seen a condom break in my life, but I've heard tell that it happens. Actually, no, I saw it one time, and that was when the boyfriend I had at the time got one like from like this gas station out of a vending machine, and so it just busted like nothing. So and we didn't use it, of course. We didn't engage in sexual activity that time. But that's the
Actual
only time
picture taken by a camera.
But that's the only time that I've ever seen a condom break in my entire life. In my entire time of being sexually active, I have never seen a condom break another time.
Well, I have to say that if you get a guy with a big enough dick, it will break.
Well, yeah, but I mean, then you should be using Magnums or something.
I went through an entire pack of Magnums for this one guy I had.
Uh-huh.
And every single time he would get it on, he'd flex or he'd move the wrong way, and we'd hear snip as it just kind of snapped. And we
Jesus Christ.
I just sit there and I'd look at him and he'd be like, I can't do anything. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess this ain't happening. And he goes, yeah, I guess it's not. And I'm like,
how
wow.
Was he condom, though? I mean, I thought you were supposed to, slowly roll it. Well, this conversation has gotten really up. But, I mean, I've never seen... I mean, and it's not like I've just been with people who are not gifted. I have. But I've never seen anybody who's just like...
He refused... He refused to pull... Well, first off, he was pretty girth heavy. And secondly, he refused to pull it down all the way because he was he had this weird thing where he was like, I know you aren't diseased, but I don't want to get any of your icky on me. So he kind of like would roll it down and then leave it rolled. So I couldn't convince him to unroll it all the way so that it was loose at the base because he was afraid it would fall off.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we need to be having a show where we just talk endlessly about.
we need to have a discussion show where it is just like for no other reason than because it's fun talk about this.
So it's the very,
And I
very
just draw
girth-heavy.
pictures during it.
Girth-heavy. Well, that actually would explain a lot.
I never managed to get Mr. Girth Heavy inside me. It was a short-lived romantic fling, and it was probably for the best that we never actually had sex. But Mr. Girth Heavy was quite interesting.
See, I like how that's how we're referring to him as, Mr. Girth. Poor Fawn. She's sitting here listening to it.
How old is Fawn?
Like 17?
16.
Oh, she's
Oh shit! I feel dirty now. Oh god, no.
It's fine. Believe me, I've
Oh
actually
my
been
god!
worse.
Oh my god! Like it's not like kids her age aren't having sex right now, or that she's never heard of this stuff. I mean,
I know, but on some level, and
I know.
I want to not be the one to ruin her. Like that's
Believe me, you haven't ruined me.
No, that's the thing though. It's not going to ruin her. And here's the interesting thing though. I mean, and I've had this conversation with people. People think that kids today are more sexually active than they have ever before, but actually, people in like the 60s and 70s were more so.
sex all over the place.
Yeah, and nobody gave a fuck. It's only that nowadays people are really, really hysterical, believing that like teaching kids about their bodies is going to make them want to have sex more. In fact, actually knowing about my body actually made me wait a lot longer to engage in my first intercourse, and I think it's probably the same thing for a lot of other people too. You have a tendency to want to make sure that that person that you do things with at least means something to you.
Yeah, no, but understand to me.
Whether it's a friend or someone just, that's important to you at the time. That's better than nothing. Yeah.
Understand to me that on some level, and I'm not a prude, you will find out pretty quickly. Oh no, sex. You'll find out pretty quickly that I'm in no way a prude, but for me, if I'm sitting down with a 16-year-old, there are things I speak to 16-year-olds about that I censor myself automatically. So it's embarrassing that I didn't catch on to it, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop.
Yeah, in real life,
talking.
I probably would not. I said I thought she was at least 17. But that's what
I'll
a
be
lot of people
17 in
say.
April.
That's what a lot of people say. So it's like.
I don't think of the children. I just have enough respect that I'm not going to sit her down and go, okay, honey, let me share my every luscious secret with you.
Oh my. When I was a young girl.
When I was 16, no one would look at me. I'm not particularly good looking now, much less particularly good looking then. Now that's not to say I'm ugly. I'm very pretty, most people tell me, but I'm not drop dead gorgeous. No.
Well, the thing is that, I think a lot of people have that experience of, like, nobody looks at them when they're younger, and then they get older, and, they find the thing about themselves, they've developed a personality, and, and people, they take notice. They're like, oh, you don't suck at all. you seem interesting. I feel like doing things with you.
Speaking of sexy Norse gods, because I don't know which one it was, but there was this very obvious shot where they were scanning down Thor's backside, and I swear to God, I was sitting in the theater going, oh, pants.
And okay, what's interesting? If we're gonna objectify people, if we're gonna objectify guys right now, I'm gonna say that that a secondary character in American Psycho was what's his ass? It was Patrick Bateman's ass. It was like, no, every time they got a chance to show his ass, they did. It's ridiculous.
You want to talk about someone whose ass is shown a lot? Let me show you this guy.
Oh my God, yes.
Are we looking at Bishi's?
No.
Yes, we are.
So, I did that all the time when I was younger. I did. Oh my gosh! Do you want to know like what my bigger anime crush was like? Okay, first one was like Mirai Trunks. I was like, oh my god, do the thing with your hair again. And then it was like a Rurouni Kenshin because he was a nice guy, but he also was really good with his sword and just.
That's not an innuendo.
Okay, but
No.
this guy is my babe.
Okay, wait, who is he exactly? Who is he?
This is a game version of Loki.
It's a what version of Loki?
Like, he's from a game.
Okay.
Hello, Darth.
It was made into an anime.
It's a game that was made into an anime, and
I certainly see what you see in him. I'll be in my bunk.
Now, I'm not saying that he has a lot of sex, but
we were actually talking about characters, Dark Star. We were actually talking about.
Maybe we should talk about where he sits on the horse spectrum.
So, Darth.
Yeah.
All right. This is being recorded. I just wanted to make sure that I got your character correct. As we are doing basically character check-in, make sure everything's done. You have been relegated to the front part of the motorbike when we ride away. That's the only thing we've decided about you.
Okay, so
is that you're riding bitch seats?
Are you?
You're riding bitch seats, and also we've already started shipping your character with Otter Jesus' character, and it's all Fawn's fault.
It's all Fawn's fault.
What happened? What? Huh?
Okay, are you familiar with the term shipping, where
you basically make one character fuck another character or whatever?
Yeah, or you in your mind it's headcanon that they're together, whether or not they are, and then Fawn drew this character, and Otter Jesus' character is like a dryad, and so she's got all the flowers and stuff in her hair.
We've been having way too much fun. So putting the fun aside, your character is a hacker.
Mine?
Yeah.
He's got hacking skills. It's not like.
Okay, well, so what does he do?
My character's a sniper type infiltrator.
That's what I was making sure of, because it didn't sound quite right that you were a hacker. I've actually got another friend who's a hacker in my game who has a similar accent to yours, so I might have mixed you up. Anyway, you're an elf, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you are a sniper. Can I have your backstory real quick?
Let me pull up Chummer really quick.
I'm just going to keep it on this because it's most fitting.
Yeah, Rachel, we definitely just need to have a show where we sit down and have girl talks. I bet you people would be like all over that.
They'd be all over that shit.
Yeah, like we don't even plan it out. We just each bring 3 kind of like functional stories and just hash it out. That would be amazing.
While we're waiting, can I show you other sexy gods?
No, but you may show me my original crush, which is Yami Bakura.
Oh my gosh.
Yami Bakura, Kurama, and Matt from Digimon. Those were my 3. Those were my babes.
Okay, I got it.
Alright, cool.
It's funny, because I
Alright.
roleplay with at least one of these guys.
Go ahead, man.
Former military, lost wife and daughter in Amerindian wars. That means basically they disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know if they died or not. Kai is short for this other name that I created, which I can't remember at this time. This was only found out during later investigations. Family whereabouts are still unknown. Guy assisted in many black bag operations and used as a scout sniper infiltrator. Though he's been used for his talents in assassinations, aside from the family he lost, Kai has one known connection: his brother Valen, possibly another name. CEO of who is the CEO of one of the world's largest recording labels. It is not known how Valen moved so quickly up the corporate ladder, nor is it known if he is a power player in the shadow scene. Several attempts have been counted to use one or the other as leverage against the other. Most resolutions can only be guessed at, save for Vash Pendleton, who was found crucified upside down, having been drawn and quartered on Damien Knight's office window. Eris Macro Technology had nothing to say on the issue, and it was occasionally seen that Valen and Knight have lunched together in what seems to be overtly public places. It is rumored that Kai was actually the muscle that put Vash on the window. Kai's disdain for humans is matched only by his hatred for most elvish society. Kai has never been hired for intimidation or enforcement. Over the years, a few bodies have surfaced with EX explosive rounds, and the most notably was Carl Westingler. Oddly, Westingler wanted to hire Kai, but he was notorious for lowballing bids or trying to haggle price. This has created a reputation that if Kai's name is brought up, somebody wanted something done so bad that they would be willing to risk their own life for it. That sounds really stupid now that I read it.
Actually, no. It's actually a fairly good introduction to your character. But if you feel that there's something you want to change, feel free to change it. Your character seems like one of the only sane ones we have so far, so I'm kind of thankful for it. And that's saying something, considering he seems to have a perchance to kill.
Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss?
Your sniper is possibly complicit in a couple of just random deaths.
Well, no, they're more like vengeance deaths if you look into it.
Yeah.
Oh, so wait, he's the Punisher?
No.
No.
Every time someone has come in and thought that, okay, my brother is a large CEO in a record company. This puts my character in a perilous situation. There's been a lot of people try to get ransom money or try to kidnap one or the other in order to get money or favors. Neither one of us take kindly to that shit. So anytime somebody has, we've basically made an example out of them. Not so much me as Valen, but...
Yeah.
Okay,
so Darth, you can stick around or you can't, but I just wanted to get at least something from you so that when I come back and look over it for future reference, I at least have something on each character.
Okay.
We are just going to be talking about how we're meeting, any questions you have, anything that you need answered. No, you may not have a Vaporal X, Y, or Z.
What now? What's a portal?
Never mind. Vorpal, yeah. I say Vorpal wrong. But it's up to you. We also have our artist here who is willing to draw a picture of your character, as you can see.
Picture of my character.
And we'll try not to have draw any shipping material.
Okay, who is trying to ship Otter's character with me?
These two. These two.
No, it's fun. It's your fault.
You're the one who told me to!
What? How do you know enough about my character to know that you want to ship the two?
I told them you were an elf, and they immediately decided that was a thing.
It's okay. So you just
Hey,
started
hey,
off.
I had it as Minotaur Senpai at first, and Rachel said to change it to Elf, so...
No, that's true.
because I'm thinking about a tiny dryad trying to... Never mind. That's
Take
not...
care of Minotaur, yes.
I'm pretty sure you could just like hug it, but I don't know if you can do anything.
But you had no idea for my undying hatred for most elvish society, right?
No, they did not, and I wasn't going to interrupt them with the information.
That makes this even better.
No, it's a tree. It's a tree. It's not a...
Yes,
not at
because
all.
now he's
So
fucking a tree, and that makes it better.
So you were trying to make Otter's character, but the character that'd be most likely to want to kill him.
Yes. Isn't that how most romance novels happen?
To be fair, Otter's character lived its first 6 years. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but he lived the first 6 years of his life pretty much in the wild, and then got kind of adopted by a human.
Okay, so how old is Otter's character?
18, 19, I think we settled on.
But he's an elf.
No, a dryad. I thought a dryad. No, dryad's more like a nymph character.
The dryad, no. The dryad is a metahuman variant of elf.
Oh, okay.
So I don't futz around in human years. I don't futz around in elvish versus human years. I assume that elves, because as far as I understand it, elves mature at the same rate, and then when they hit 19, they stop maturing at the same rate as humans.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be they're supposed to be like they get to be several hundred years old.
Yes.
Like I'm thinking 500 to 600 years old.
Yeah, no, that's still a thing. They stop maturing at age. They stop maturing once puberty is done, at the same rate that humans do, and then they go into their kind of 500-year lifespans. Because otherwise, his character could not have the connection that he wanted. If you can find information that states otherwise, I will change it and figure something out.
No, don't worry about it.
I can actually yiff now. Holy shit! I didn't even think about that. I don't want to yiff.
Okay, we're moving on. No. Yeah, your character would have probably basically matured up until the age of 20, and then it would have become maybe a 50 to a 25 to 1 progression type deal, or even a 10 to 1 progression, where every 10 years you aged a year, physically. So how old is your character? 250 at the least?
No, he's like 330.
Yeah, so you would probably be a middle-aged elf at this point. So maybe look 28, 29, 30.
I'm sorry. It's just so wrong. It's only a dryad.
Yeah, now I'm worried that I've actually got the facts wrong, and like they do rapidly age, or they don't age to maturity, and that like the dryad we're going to be playing with looks like a 12-year-old, because I really don't need that.
No, it would be a Lolita then. Oh
Yeah.
God, God, and this is just gotten even more. Oh God.
Rachel.
No.
You're like one of the few like human characters in the game, right?
Actually,
No,
I'm a shapeshifter. I'm a fox. I'm a
You're a
fucking
shapeshifter.
Yeah, I'm gonna look like a human. I'm gonna look like a human, but I'm actually a fox.
I don't know we have any humans. I'm trying to hope Nephinor's a human. We might legitimately have an all metahuman runner, or well, everyone's a metahuman, but an all variant runner, on our hands, which is going to be interesting. Just a quick rundown. Does anyone know who Terry Pratchett is?
I think I've heard of him before. He's an author?
He is. He just died. Just wanted to make sure, because if we have any Terry Pratchett fans, I may have a very fun thing for them. But if we don't, then I guess it'll just be for me.
Okay. If with the possibility of Otter's character being 12, like, I think, no, this is completely off the table. Yeah. I can't even ship this anymore.
I think the possibility is very likely that Otter's character might look significantly younger. Might look like a 12-year-old girl. And I do want to point out that his character is old enough to remember and have lived through events at least 250 years in the past.
Oh.
So this is Grandpa Elf. This is old timer Elf who just happens to look maybe 30-ish. He has lived through, was one of the first elves to ever exist, as far as they're concerned. He is old. So probably not something you would ship even if Dryad was 16 looking.
This is creepy. What have we done?
You do not draw him like that. No! Stop!
Grandpa Elf. It's like back in my day. I was
your age.
When I was a young elf.
When I was your age, we didn't have this.
When I was your age, gas cost only a nickel.
So you're saying that I, like, as a person, am old too?
No, you don't have to be, dude. But this is just funny.
Well, you're saying my character as an elf is old at 330, and that's about 30 years old for an elf, and I myself am 31.
Yeah, but you're only as old as you feel.
I'm saying you are middle-aged for an elf, and that you are old compared to someone who is effectively 12 years old. You could be her daddy.
Several times over.
Several times over. So, the shipping...
Wait, Otter's playing a female?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay, everyone has their one, okay? I play guys all the time. There are always guys who play girls. It's no big deal.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm just like, I've never heard of it done in, like, a tabletop D&D setting. I mean, hell, yeah, I'll play Tomb Raider all the time, but...
Well, no, I legitimately play male characters constantly. I have army dudes, and I know people who always play chicks, and they're guys. I don't know why, but for some reason, cross-gender play is pretty common on tabletop.
Wait, what are you drawing now?
Because it's rapey, and you can make your character do whatever they would not want to do, and stuff. I don't know.
Well, no, only if the DM is really stupid and lets you do that. I mean, my characters are almost always gay, which makes romance almost nearly impossible for them, so it just cuts that out. Because you're not going to get many people who are like, oh yeah, I'll play a gay character and have sex with you. Unless they're lesbians, at which point, yeah. There's
or
a couple,
bisexual.
Or bisexual, by anything. Yeah.
So, I believe that I find that tub of ice cream very attractive.
Oh my god.
Let's get on it, old boy.
I once did a D&D session. It was a one-shot, and it was something I picked up over 4chan. I should have known, but I DM'd a 4chan game, and let's just say...
there was actually a 4chan game. Where did you... Wait, what board was this on?
This was on TG, traditional games. They do pickup games all the time. Traditional gaming. I don't remember how I got roped into it, but what essentially happened was
Did they talk about how the Jews did 9/11?
no,
Because
that's
they always talk about that on 4chan. Like,
No.
it's like Jews this, Jews that. Like,
It was the niggers that did 9/11. What the fuck?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
see, this needs to come with like a trigger warning for the Force Ghosts like that one are in. Like, just
Come on, no, not that. I'm actually trying to remember exactly how it happened, and okay, here's what I remember happening. There was a D&D game, and the D&D game was, you all meet in a tavern. Well, it was a modern D20 type game, so you all meet in a bar. And apparently the bar served ice cream. And I don't know how it came about, but my character got so drunk, because it was a DM NPC, that I had to roll for basically being drunk. And it ended out with the PC winning the drinking contest, but then having to watch as I basically tried to fuck a tub of ice cream.
Wait, and you were playing a dude?
And I was playing a dude. So it was a dude trying to fuck a tub of ice cream. And the discussion went from that to how to treat frostburn on a dick.
So this happened.
Now let me point out that the reason he tried to fuck a tub of ice cream is because someone did an equivalent of control thoughts on him because he was a douche and they wanted to see him fuck a tub of ice cream.
I'm really appreciating this picture right now. You know that.
Yeah.
It's like, Teddy, no.
No.
Yeah.
So that's that character. Nephenor is the only one we really have to check in with. He's apparently doing his backstory as we speak. And I'm not going to poke him again to get him in. But no.
I'm getting a racing truck. Off-road racing truck.
Like, really in real life or in the game?
In the game.
Sounds good.
I don't know.
I already have one of those in real life. What the fuck are you talking about?
What is being said over there? I can't see what the go die.
Go die, kid. That's mean. Aw. But yeah, you have what style? What lifestyle do you have again? Was it medium?
No, it's low, but the safety is high.
Right. You've got a low. Okay, got it. So you're living in a dumpster fortress.
Do what? A dumpster fortress? Not exactly. I'm just living in a really low-end apartment.
Yeah, you're.
See, now I'm imagining like everybody moving into that tiny apartment and you just freaking the fuck out. Like, no, don't touch anything.
No, this guy's not gonna let you move into his apartment. No.
Not. I know he's not going to.
Do you remember the first part of the advertisement for Hatred?
Yeah.
That's basically what my apartment looks like.
Smooth.
With a few more computer monitors around it.
So now I'm just imagining like just
random M16
Hawaii fucking utter Jesus' character just like skipping around. Just like, oh my gosh, look at all the guns. It's like,
old man, fuck off. Yes. You should.
And you're like, get off my lawn.
You should just sit there in game as we go through, you just kind of fucking sketch. Just be like, okay, sure.
No, I also have narcolepsy.
You do?
What?
So-
Why? Oh god, that's... Well,
No, wait. Let me.
I'm trying to figure out which one of us has narcolepsy, and I think it's me. I don't know.
Which one of you or your brother has narcolepsy?
No, me or my dog,
Oh.
Mr. McFluffins.
but isn't he a
think-
robot? You can call him Mr. McFluffin.
Mr.
I
Tony
may-
McFluffins.
But he doesn't have any fluff.
I may have misremembered, or he may have changed it, but I do remember it being a robotic chihuahua.
Yes, he is a bionic chihuahua.
Bionic, okay.
It's like cybernetic.
So he's a cybernetic chihuahua.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remembered there was something like he was your pet, and then you bioed.
Yes, because he was getting so old, and I didn't want him to die, so I started like replacing parts and stuff like that. And he became basically like, I don't know, his brain's still there, but he's predominantly like, I don't know, 25% organic maybe.
So wait, what's his name again?
Mr. Sonny McFluffins, don't laugh.
Sonny McFluffins. See, no, that's funny because you just explained that your character is like the tooth from Hatred, and his fucking dog is named Sonny McFluffins.
His left eye is normal, and his right eye is bionic and glows red.
and wait, can he still pee on the carpet?
Yes, he can still pee on the carpet.
It's a bad dog. It's like, bad dog, don't pee on the carpet.
He can run at like 300 miles an hour, but he has COPD.
It's like, what? What the fuck is COPD again? Chronic,
He has like severe asthma, but he can run at like 300 miles an hour. And he turns into a drone.
Holy otters! Look at all those otters!
He turns into a drone as well.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Neff.
Okay, you got my character. The background actually...
Whoa, don't yell.
Yeah, there's probably a couple good contacts we could pull out of that. Like, for example, one of the things I said was that to get his education, he basically went and worked for a security company.
Wait, what race is he?
Elf.
God damn it!
No!
We've already, so that means we've got two elves.
Not a single goddamn human!
This
Fuck
is awesome.
humans!
This actually falls in line really nicely because I hate humans, and well, I also hate elves, but whatever.
So wait, so
No!
wait, so you're gonna hate Nephenor and you're gonna hate Otter Jesus.
No,
Wait, I'm a fox. Are you gonna hate me?
I have no standpoint on elves, or I'm sorry, foxes whatsoever.
But wait, but I look like a human. So does that mean you're gonna hate me?
Do I know that you're a human?
I'm gonna look like a human.
Do I know that you're a human?
Well,
You
let's
don't
just put it this
know
way,
that I'm
You
not.
don't know she isn't.
Then I will probably just hate you as long as you look like a human.
Okay. Well, I hate her anyway, so it's okay.
I'm assuming this is what we're talking about.
Hold on, I can't see.
He's
Yes.
an angry elf.
Yes. His ears are not going to be quite that large, but yes, he is an angry elf.
His ears are totally gonna be that large.
So wait, Neff, are you a male or female character?
Male. I decided to stick with male. I could have easily made it female, but I figured it was more appropriate for the background.
Yeah, Otter's is already being like a female triad, so it's like it's already weird. So, but did you hear us like in the very inappropriate, unfortunate shipping for a second there of Otter Jesus' character on Tower Stars? We're sorry, we shipped without your consent.
Shipped who without my consent?
Well, not you, Darkstar. We're apologizing to Darkstar.
Oh, don't apologize to him for that.
Before you freak out.
Freak out!
I'm a sexy fox.
Alright, Neff.
Yes.
Neff, my dear. Okay, you are a Japanese man.
Yes.
Elf.
Well,
Japanese
born
elf.
in Japan, but never actually raised in Japan.
Born in Japan but not raised. What?
So we've already got 2 Japanese peoples.
Well, no,
Well,
the
is
reason
he?
why. Okay, as I said, he was born in Japan, but was given up for adoption by his parents soon afterwards in Seattle because his
So he's a
father was a
Japanese
known.
elf.
Well, just listen. His father was a known merchant who was known for being a cheat, and so he had to leave town quick.
All right.
That
Question.
is what we were talking about when we said shipping.
God damn.
Yeah,
Now.
they tried to make us like a 12-year-old girl be shipped with like a 300-year-old
Well, I
elf.
didn't know how old she was. Okay.
Well, I
You
wasn't.
like to see that, don't you? See, like, pedophilia and stuff, and get me like locked away and shit.
Yeah, that's
No. But every one of us here, with the exception of Fawn, who drew this, is completely late.
I just have a question. Just, is he racially Japanese or what is he?
Racially, he is Japanese. He looks Japanese. He's
So
just
you're a Bishi.
whatever. I don't know what the different types of elves are offhand.
No, but Bishi isn't a type of elf. It's like an archetype of like
No, wait a
anime.
minute. Bishi is totally a type of elf now. It is the Japanese elf. You are totally a Bishi. No, I'm kidding. So you are a Japanese elf whose father was a merchant who was given up for adoption in Seattle.
Yeah.
And that would probably give you some ties to the Yakuza, some negative ties.
Possibly because if he's negative ties to the Yakuza, and I
Well, I
also
mean, you said he was a Bishi.
I'd also see positive ties to possibly one of the gangs.
The only gangs that really accept or tolerate elves, as far as I know, are the ancients.
So possibly a little bit to them because there was a gang war when he was in the orphanage that destroyed the first orphanage. So possibly one of the 2 gangs that was involved in that.
Dear God, you would have thought that they would have stopped like not putting you in orphanages. They keep getting destroyed.
Well, there's only one. And then actually no, if anything it wouldn't be that one, but the second one, I guess this was where it could come from. The second, later on in life, he was mistaken for a gang leader's kid who went missing, but it ended up actually being just the kid went nuts. So if anything, he'd be of that gang. He'd have some ties to them.
Okay, I could.
Minor ties, just minor. Like hey, he knows somebody there because they came to him.
Okay, so.
Acquaintance.
Yakuza definitely would have some ties. That's probably the, no, wait, no. So, add enemies, Yakuza, 1, 2. They're not particularly looking for you.
There's so many otters in here.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure this out, because I guess all of us technically logged in under Otter's account.
Except me. I switched.
I had to be on Otter's account because I made the event.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out how the hell to switch.
Well,
you can't unless you log out, which please
not
don't.
worried about it right now then.
Well, actually, you don't have to. Usually, they'll have a thing that says underneath that gives you the possibility to switch between. And I had to learn that because of we do that on Honey Badger Radio, where I'm also under the Badger account as well. So I have to switch through that.
I'm not worried about that right now.
Yeah, this is going to be so much fun. This is going to get very silly.
Yeah, basically.
Sorry, Dark Star. You were trying to play it straight.
Oh shoot!
What?
We were trying to play. Are you gonna play this character straight? The straight man.
I don't know. Mostly, it's gonna be like serious / funny, but not like dead. Yeah, it's gonna be like deadpan humor if I do.
Okay.
So, here's my deal.
And then, of course, you'd have
You-
contacts with
With
whatever security company he worked for.
Knight Errant. If you're going to stick in the Seattle area, Knight Errant is who you're going to go for.
And he'd have probably a lot of good contacts there.
Yeah, that's great. I'm giving you some free ones. I'm giving you, how many points did I give you?
40.
40. So go ahead and divide up 40 points among those three. That should give you some really decent contacts in each. But try not to make something super ridiculous and then have two of the super ridiculous ones. Because, God damn it. Because, like, Darkstar has a super ridiculous CEO brother.
Oh no, I'm not going to go that bad.
But he only has his super ridiculous CEO brother, if
Nah.
I understand it correctly.
I'm
And
not
I'm
going
a
to go
fox.
crazy.
Not a fox.
Oh, well, Damien Knight knows me, or knows of me, but that's about it. He doesn't particularly like me.
Yeah, but would you call Damien Fox to help move a body?
No, he's not my friend. He does not like me at all.
The question
Then
isn't...
I am fine with that.
He won't. He'll help you move, but he won't help you move a body.
No, he probably wouldn't even help him move.
Oh well, that's
Well, you
not
help.
right.
He may help Valen move, but that's due to some circumstances that are not exactly on level.
And then you help me hide a body.
Favor, you obviously have Valen in your head. You can go ahead and create a character sheet for him if you'd like.
Okay.
Because Valen is definitely going to need to be a thing. So just make him into something.
Okay.
So wait, you already know what?
Rachel?
Ah! That is not what I clicked. I swear to God.
What the hell are you doing, Rachel?
I don't know. She's now
muting herself,
muted.
apparently.
She's muted, and she's also, like, dancing around. I don't know.
Well, no, I didn't do. I swear to you, I didn't do anything. I had like a weird error just then, and then my camera was on, and it was so weird.
It does work. I can turn
What
other
were-
cameras on.
Oh, you whore! How did you do that?
You whore.
I
But
figured out how
not
to
a
do it.
slut.
See, now we know where you are on the horse spectrum. Like, you're under cam whore. See?
I figured it out. I can turn on the camera.
I would like to point out to you guys that we have had some interesting conversations when you weren't around, so be prepared. This is going to happen a lot in game.
We're insane people.
We are. All right, so yeah, I was going to ask you to do Valen as an NPC anyway, so no big
Oh,
deal.
Rachel, you want to hear a good laugh?
What?
On my website for my comic, I said if you wish to send hate mail, please email it here, and I gave them the address to the abuse email at National Organization of Women.
Okay. Neff, my darling, my dear. Divided up. Character looks good.
And you can see the massive amount of equipment he's got.
Who are you drawing right now? Fawn?
My character.
Aww.
Eventually, I plan on rendering my character.
Playing with us.
Hmm?
I thought you weren't playing with us, Fawn.
I'm not. This is my OC.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm also going to tell you that Fawn, if you give her a description of the character, may in fact draw you, if she is kind enough, a picture.
Yeah.
Which would be very nice. It'd just be kind of easy for us to hang on to it and use as our characters, our pictures when we move up and down in Google Hangout. So we can tie faces to names. Fawn.
Mhm.
You're into anime. Have you ever seen Metropolis?
I've
I
heard
haven't
of it.
seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it myself either.
Okay. I will have to come to you at a later date when there are less players around and have a talk, because I think I love your art style and I think you'd be absolutely perfect for something I need. So
No.
An entire book of hentai.
Yeah.
an entire book of Jest, Otter, and Darth shipped together.
Alright!
And I mean their characters, not them actually, because
Okay, so you are still enjoying the idea of
no,
portrayed pedophilia.
No, it was back when we thought that it was at least a teenager.
No, but you've been corrected now, so you still want the pedophilia. Like, fuck it, go on anyway. Screw that
So you want that?
Screw that
Yeah.
little kid.
Wait, what's the Star Plus?
Hey, she
Animal equals-
basically wants like fucking Clint Eastwood fucking Dakota Fanning, okay?
All right, so back
I don't
up.
know how oh god, it feels really terrible inside.
No, see, I always see Darth as an eagle because he's got the little fucking eagle thing on his Twitter account. So this makes it even more awkward since I'm pretty sure eagles eat otters.
Mmm, delicious.
Nummy.
No, they actually just eat turtles.
Oh, okay.
AFK for a few minutes, I'm gonna start a pizza.
Okay. So eagle plus otter equals love. So yeah, you and I will have talks.
Yeah.
I also invite you, because we'll be doing this every Sunday or whenever I can, to sit in and just draw stuff.
Wait, how old is Nefenor's elf?
Probably. Hold on. How old is Nefenor's elf? Let's find out. It says, according to his character sheet, that he does not have an age. He also doesn't have a height or a weight. He apparently does not take up any mass.
Why are there 4 otters?
I don't
Because
know,
I need something to
Sekai.
eat.
Wait, Sekai, are you joining our game?
There's a what now?
Who is
Sekai.
this?
I thought it
Oh,
was Sekai.
Sekai. Hi. This is a game. This is a pre-game kind of discussion chat thing. And there are 4 otters because we're all part of Otter's imagination.
Okay.
I can
Oh,
actually.
Are you going to be part of our game?
Depends. What kind of game?
We're doing
It's
Shadowrun,
Shadowrun.
motherfucker.
Never played it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty common. I could actually push up to a 6th player. It gets a little crazy after that.
Yeah, I will. I don't know if we'll be able to do this with Sekai because he'll probably want to be a dragon. I don't know if he'll let him be a dragon.
We're not gonna let him be a dragon. I'm sorry, Sekai. You don't get to play a dragon. You do, on the other hand, get to play anything else you want.
I'm gonna assume dragon's already taken.
No, dragons are gods in this
gods.
game.
Yeah, dragons are the fucking gods of the universe in this
And
game.
no elf. No elf.
No
and
more
that was-
elves. No more elves.
I wouldn't
please.
dare touch elf. No.
But we don't have any humans though. So we don't have any humans. I'm a fox. I'm a fox. I'm a fucking shapeshifter fox. I'm a kitsune.
Alright, so
Scruffy's a minotaur. Ninja
we've
minotaur.
lost our one viewer, by the way.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah,
talking
I know.
about? What are you talking about? I just X'd out.
Oh, you were viewing us?
Yeah.
Oh, guys. Well, you know what? Now we don't have to worry about that N-bomb you dropped earlier.
So wait a minute, Darth. You heard the entire shipping conversation and didn't and pretended not to have. Am I getting?
Actually, no, I didn't hear it.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I still feel there's something that's missing that I didn't hear. I'm not being told.
No, but basically,
Well-
like in our minds, it was like Otter Juice is like this fairy princess in Gothic Lolita kind of thing.
And you want to shoot me as like this demonic, deep voiced motherfucker who's like, come to me, little pretty.
No. We imagined it as like an elf Vichy kind of guy, like hacker dude. And
all right. If anyone could supply Sekit with the 4th edition book, if he's interested, we could actually sit down and make a character. But it's up to you.
I have no idea how exactly this game.
okay, all you really need to know for right now to make it short. Basically, a whole bunch of shit went down, and we are in sort of this cyberpunk universe where all the humans started turning into like metahuman things, like elves and minotaurs and orcs and shit. Like all the races that you would normally see from like D&D things are now present in the universe, and that happened because magic came back or something. Acacia could probably tell you more, but that's basically the setup. And there's also a lot of racial tensions going on, a lot of problems.
There's plenty of background information. What were you actually going to ask, though, first, Sekit?
How is this game played online?
We are going to be sitting in a Google Hangout, and I am going to be controlling the thing and moving your characters around a grid, probably on some kind of whiteboard.
Tabletop.
Tabletop. It's a tabletop pen and paper.
Gotcha.
And how are we going to be logging our dice rolls?
I'm going to trust you.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to use either an online dice roller, of which I think there are at least 2, or there are at least 2 I trust, or an analog dice where you
Random.org.
Yeah. Or you can use analog dice, which you would have to supply yourself, obviously. They're all 6-sided die. Everything runs off 6-sided die. Just a warning, if you do use analogs, the dice pools get up pretty wicked high. So at some points in the Epic campaign, people roll like a metric shit ton of just 6-sided dice. So randomizing stuff is probably going to be best.
Essentially, this is probably what she pictured.
Yes. In comparison to your Gumpa sort of elf. Gumpa elf. Like,
Gumpa
get off
elf.
my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn, you son of a bitch. Get off my
Right.
kid. I used to have a life.
Do we have any magic users, like, really hardcore?
I have magic, but I'm not as hardcore yet.
Otter uses magic.
Okay.
Rachel.
But he's also functioning as the face, so if we can get Sekite in to play the face, it would just make Otter's life that much more easier.
But I am a face.
Are you? Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I got fucking charisma last time I checked.
yeah, but do you have face skills like negotiate and shit?
Well, that's what I had wanted. I don't know if Scruff changed shit around, but that was what I was trying to put things into.
You might want to talk to Scruff because I don't remember you being a face. You go check your skills. You have your sheet, right?
I have the one he made, and I had the version that I had put, but I probably need to fix it so that it's somewhere between the two.
You need to go check out the one Scruff gave you because I'm pretty sure you are not a face. But if you have like negotiation and other things, you can work it out. You have until tomorrow at 7. Don't worry. Second, we would be playing every Sunday at 7. And it would basically be 7 to 10 because I have work in the morning. I would sit and we'd basically roll dice and interact.
Okay. So how many Sundays, or is it like a depends kind of thing?
It depends. I mean, if you guys go through all 150 pages of write-up I've done for this in 3 weeks, then that's what you do. If you do it over the course of a year and a half, that's what you do, but it's probably not going to be any longer than that.
Not any longer than a year and a half. Got it.
It's not, and I'm going to point out that if something comes up where you're like, hey, I can't play because shit, I'm not going to be like, oh, you promised her. I'm going to be like,
it's
okay.
only a year and a half long game.
Dude, I know games that go for 4 or 5 years. A year and a half is a short game.
I know games that have still been going since 1942.
we should probably put this on. I don't think we have to tell this group that, but are we going to have? Does the DM will the DM penalty for drunk players?
No.
I have points in negotiation.
Oh, you do? Okay. DM does not point for drunk players. DM does not allow shit to go down that she doesn't want to go down at the table. But if you're drunk, and I don't care.
I can become drunk.
You could.
Well, I'm just saying I've seen drunk players get really annoying in game.
Well, I'm not going
and do like really stupid shit to their own character.
I'm going to let that stupid shit happen and let them deal with the consequences.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm not going to be like, okay, you were drunk, so your character didn't do that stupid shit. It's like, your character did that stupid shit. You better not be drunk.
Alright, so, what are the options for characters then? Other than or shape-shifting kitsune.
Alright, well, could somebody do me a huge favor, because I can't get off this screen without draining my battery like a motherfucker. Could somebody supply Second with the 4th edition book and a download of Chummer while I go over some things?
Oh, I could if I remembered where the Chummer thing was, but I could probably find 4th edition somewhere on my...
Just Google Chummer.
What the heck is Chummer?
Chummer is...
Character generation program.
It's going to help you to generate your character sheet.
Basically, it has all the books loaded in it. It's an exe file that basically will allow you to keep track of everything quite easily.
Okay.
Do you have a Mac? Oh my god.
I do not.
Alright.
I am not hipster trash.
Well, we have at least 2 people in our group who use a Mac, so...
And they are hipster trash.
Okay.
No, one of us happens to be someone who works with graphic arts.
I'm so very sorry to hear that. How much do you spend a year on Starbucks?
Absolutely zero.
I've been living off Starbucks, so don't...
He owns the other half of it.
He's just jealous because he can't race together.
He's just...
Oh god damn it. Okay.
No, he's just jealous of this new MacBook that only has like 1 port in it.
One port.
My cat says hello.
Hi, cat.
Hi, cat.
Second, there are humans. They are human. They start out with base traits. Elves. Elves are very charismatic, but weaker in the body, and but more agile.
And pretty.
Well, charismatic, so pretty. You have dwarfs, which are, I believe, Constitution. So they have big. They have.
They're healthy motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're healthy motherfuckers. Let's go with that. But they're obviously shorter and move slower.
And they have smaller dicks.
Yeah, I guess if we want to go there, I mean.
Well, unless of course you're Tyrion Lannister, in which case you're not.
Yeah, well, it's not the size that counts, dudes. It's the motion of the ocean.
Well, I think Tyrion knows both.
It's also the bionic implants.
Yeah, those two.
Then you have orcs, which are, well, they're orcs. They're bigger, but they're stupider, and they're stronger.
So they're like wrestlers.
Yeah. Then you have trolls, which are bigger than orcs and stupider than orcs.
And then you have minotaurs, which are bigger and stupider, but somehow can dance really well.
Yeah.
Somehow what? I didn't hear that.
The minotaur is a subrace. We'll get to those. So,
Ours dances.
which of the 5 do you want?
I thought, wasn't there more races?
There are more, but they are sub-races.
I'm trying to run Skype and this is not working.
Sub-races are...
Basically, you pick a base race and then you pay more. Because this is a point-buy system, so I give you a certain number of points for you to buy your starting character.
Okay.
So, if you pick a base race, which is human, dwarf, elf, orc, troll, you don't pay anything. But then there are variants of those that cost more points. Dryad.
Actually, I thought elves did cost.
Do elves cost?
Sub-races
so.
are only available to certain base races, right?
Yep.
I think all the races except human cost.
No, they don't. Fucking dwarves don't. I checked like 2 days ago.
Orcs and humans don't cost. Dwarves are 15 build points. Elves are 30 build points, and trolls give you 10.
Right, okay. So yeah, some of them do cost, I guess. Whoops. But basically they're the base races, and then you can go into variants thereafter.
I like to take a look at all of the sub classes.
Okay.
To the base class.
I can easily pull them up and explain to you what they are. Very basically. Again, you're going to be getting Chummer, and you're going to have to actually make one character and then set it so that it's
Chummer.
Yes, it's called Chummer.
So all
Chummer,
the characters are listed in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I just finished downloading Chummer.
Okay, so pop it open, and the first thing you're going to have to do is make a throwaway character.
Okay.
So you're going to just pick a random meta human type and just go with it. And then you're going to go in and you're going to add in all the extra books.
Add in what? You keep cutting out.
Sorry, I keep moving. So go into Chummer.
Mm-hmm.
Create a random character.
Alright, file, new character. Human.
File, new character, human. Now I'm trying to follow along with you so that we can do this.
Okay. Let's see here.
There should be like, come on, Chummer. I know you can start up for me. Stop being an idiot. Yes, I know it's draining my batteries, computer. Leave me alone. Okay, file, new window. Sure.
Yay, boobs! Jane's around right now.
Wait, boobs where?
You can't
She's showing
see.
boobs on our thing. Okay, so go to fuck me.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
No, sorry. Go to, I think it's options. Yeah, go to options, okay?
I don't see options.
Edit, sorry.
Edit. I see copy and paste are my only two things within edit.
No, tools. Go to tools, options.
Okay, tools, options.
Okay, see the default settings? Right below it, additional source books to use. Do everything but
Ta-da!
Everything but.
the French and German content and Shadowrun 2050.
Yay!
Alright, so everything except the German, French, and 2050.
Yep. Then you're going to just go, okay, I'm done. And then you can exit out of your new character because it's useless. And then you will have your meta variants.
Alright, I clicked OK. And where would the meta variant be?
Meta variants would be go file, new character.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're at 400 build points. Max avail 12.
Hold on. New character. New character, 400 build points, max available 12.
Yep. Now you're going to want to... Okay. As you can see, there's a drop-down menu for metahuman.
Yep.
You have sapient critter and
There.
shapeshifter. And then you have special, which is an AI or a free spirit. Ignore special. You can pick one of those three. Okay. Metahuman is always going to be your dwarf, elf, human, orc, troll. Sapient critters are centaurs, nagas, pixies, and sasquatches. I'm going to warn you that sapient critters are not considered sentient and therefore don't have rights. They're considered sapient, except for the naga, who is considered sentient and does have basic human rights.
Okay.
And then shapeshifters, which have like 0 rights, because they're basically they're animals.
Right, Rachel?
So if you go and you click on like dwarf, the metahumans are going to be the meta variant tab is going to show you the subraces. So gnome, Haruman, Koroboruku, Mehun. And they'll give you the qualities that you start off with.
Okay.
God damn it. I have a little less than a week till I move into a new home.
I thought you were moving in on April 6th.
Yeah. Okay, a little more than a week.
Okay.
I was trying to trick myself into not feeling sick.
Oh. Sorry.
It's okay. So just to give you a quick rundown, the BP is how much it costs, or how many build points? Yeah, never mind. When you're sitting on, I'm sitting on dwarf, and you notice how it says 27, 16, 15, 38. That's your minimum. So a dwarf has a minimum body of 2 and a maximum of 7, and then the 10 just ignore for the second. And a strength is a minimum of 3, maximum of 8. And then they have will, and I think that's initiative.
So to ignore the second number, essentially?
And ignore third number. Ignore third number. That comes with That's something else entirely.
Okay.
So your absolute maximum at starting would be 7, and then 10 would be your absolute maximum overall.
Okay.
So what you could eventually build up to. 1/6 is normal. 1/6 is normal. So humans basically get 1/6 all around. And then everything else is just what you're good at as a race.
So, what exactly, what exactly is the actual effect in game for not having human rights like Shapeshifter or the other clone?
If my NPCs find out that you are an animal who is pretending to be a human and they don't like you, they will shoot you. And there will be 0 repercussions therein.
I didn't hear half that because he moved.
You can get shot and nobody will give a shit.
Okay, thank you.
You can get shot, murdered, eaten, they don't care.
Eaten? Hey, oh, that sounds good. Let's do that.
I'm trying to stay very still, but the fact that I am, actually in a moving vehicle and there are cars moving by me does not help.
Gotcha.
So, sorry.
No worries.
It's, if you're careful, not really that big a deal, but basically if you get DNA scanned, they will find out that you're a fox. If you donate blood, they will find out you're a fox. You will probably have a sin, but if that sin is for a human and they find out you're a fox, you may be brought up on charges for falsifying identity and be shot because you are basically a non-sentient creature. This concept is so new to the human race that they're pretty judgmental about it. So if they think that you're hurting something, they're not going to be happy with you.
Alright, so what exactly are the pros of being anything other than a metahuman then?
Metahumans are obviously human, but sapient critters, they tend to have better stats in certain things. For instance, a centaur or a naga tend to have, like, initiative 14 at base for a naga. You take these and you can be pretty much, you get special powers, basically. You're super fast, you're a talking fucking snake. I mean, the pros are the stats you get, the cons are socially you are not recognized as a human or even a metahuman. You're just a creature. And even more so for shapeshifters. Shapeshifters can shapeshift. Their natural form is X animal. They get a human form. They get one human form, and then they can shapeshift into in between the two. That's the big draw.
So, do animals have different stats? What?
Animals do have different stats. For instance, the fox shapeshifter is really agile and really intelligent and very good at being quick and very reaction oriented. Whereas the tiger shapeshifter has a 4 body to begin with, a 5 agility to begin with, and that's not dropping any build points into it. But, has a 5 in logic and a 5 in intellect and a 5 in willpower. So stats do vary. Your bear shapeshifter is body 7 to begin with.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And these go over into your human form.
Okay. Well, so basically I heard anything other than metahuman means you're going to get more aggro.
Anything other than metahuman means if you're found out, you're going to get more aggro, yes. It's a risk, but there are great rewards to it.
Okay.
Generally, in your stats.
Okay. Alright, I'll probably pick some kind of shapeshifter.
Okay. You have an anaconda shapeshifter, a bear.
Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns.
Bun tongue. Sorry. A
What?
bear shapeshifter.
A bear, eagle, fox, jaguar, leopard, lion, seal, tiger, wolf, right.
Okay. Wow. I'm going slowly because I'm looking at them and considering what you would be doing with each.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't know what the fuck a seal shapeshifter would be doing in the world, but there you go. It
Probably
exists.
the same thing Aquaman does.
Just kind of sit there and chill in the fucking water.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you guys go on that run. I'm just gonna sit here and eat fish.
So I can be the seal shapeshifter named Gamergate, or Ethics.
Oh god, no.
What?
Are we really going to sea lion?
Come on!
Oh my god, cool. The meta variants allow you to choose what kind of... Okay. Go ahead to go to seal...
I see it. I see the meta variant.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you should sea lion into this game. I mean, come on.
I could be named Ethics.
You could be. Your Shadowrunner name could be Ethics.
But
Okay.
in all honesty, Seal would be completely useless, so.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Okay, we have been missing quite a bit, haven't we?
I've been drawing different hairstyles for the fox.
Yeah. Alright, so...
I personally really like this one.
Remember that you have to actually spend build points to get to this. So you will be starting out kind of low on how many BP you have.
Right.
Once you have picked it out, just go ahead and click OK. Just
so, did
tell
Rachel
me-
leave?
Maybe? I think Rachel's gone, yes.
So can shapeshifters use magic or what?
Shapeshifters would have to buy being a mage to use magic. Yeah, she had to go take a nap.
Oh.
BRB.
Hmm.
I like that. Could you do me a favor and draw a non-silly version of Dark Star's elf? Darth. Do you have any specific things you want your elf to look like?
I have cyberpunk hairstyles up if you need references.
Not really. I don't really have a wild hairstyle.
I don't know, that one that looks like a pair of pantyhose stuck up just screams you to me. I'm sorry. Please continue, Darth, while I work on this.
I don't know. He's very utilitarian, so.
Somebody's got a small dick.
Shouldn't talk about Darkstar that way.
No.
How would I be
talking
driving?
about Darstar.
How would I be driving, working with Shamir, and talking to you assholes?
You're just that talented?
You're just that bored or lonely?
Is that too?
If I was able to do that, I would be the most talented motherfucker on the planet, and my dick size would mean nothing.
Alright, guys. You took Seal Shapeshifter. Which meta variant did you do? Just so I can follow along.
I'm not taking the Seal Shapeshifter.
Oh,
You're
you're
not
not?
gonna be a Silky? Aww.
I am not going to be Mr. Useless. I'm not going to be Aquaman.
But then the jokes. All the jokes.
Yes.
It's no
That
use,
is
Wonder
my
Woman.
best-
My ability to talk to fish is of no use here. Duh.
Yeah.
Alright. So, what shapeshifter are you thinking?
Thinking.
Trying to tell the difference between jaguar, leopard, and lion, honestly.
You would not recommend bear?
Bear could actually work. Just remember that you're going to be a very unusually big elf if you decide to go bear and then take, like, elf or dwarf. So that would probably limit you to human, orc, or troll.
Hmm.
You've gotta imagine what you would look like if you took dwarven bear.
Cute.
Yeah, I would very much probably make you into a panda bear in my head. Because you would just be like
And
this
your
little.
nickname would be Teddy.
God damn.
No, not going to happen now because you said that.
No! I wanted my panda!
I am not Teddy.
No, you're not.
I do know that my hair is like, what is that? Fiber optic.
Fiber optic hair.
Yep.
So I started out with 60
Remind
build
me
points,
what that means.
except most of the shapeshifters have over 60 build point cost.
Fiber
Yes.
optic is strands of glass that you can have light go through and all that.
Alright. Is all his hair like that or just some?
Most. Or a lot of it.
Have you ever seen those things where you're like it's got glass wiring and
Yeah,
turn it
I've
on.
seen.
yeah, so that's his hair.
Do you want a suggestion?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, I would suggest that as much as shapeshifters are awesome, they're not for someone who hasn't played the system before, because they have a lot of niggly bits that a basic metahuman with a meta variant is not going to have. If
Okay.
you're absolutely determined, I would just take a bear and then settle on, like, an orc as your best bet.
Okay.
So just tell me which one you want. The meta variants for humans and dwarves and stuff are actually just as interesting if you want to talk about it.
Let's see.
Also, if I get cut off because my my computer power is gone, we can continue this tomorrow. No worries.
So we have 0 viewers. I love it.
Well, the way I figured is we were going to have 0 viewers for this anyway. It's just pretty much worth it to sit you guys down and have discussions so you know how this is going to run. And then tomorrow we're probably going to have 0 viewers unless we do a really good job at like promoting it for the next 24 hours, and then we'll see. I mean, this was never meant to be a viewer heavy thing. This was just meant to test out the format and make sure we could deal with it. Also, I need to get over this cough.
You do.
It's been there for like a week and a half now.
I'm considering Cyclops.
You're considering Cyclops. That would be a meta variant of Troll, correct?
Correct.
Arcane Arrestor. metagenic improvement to body, thermographic vision, distinctive style. Okay?
Alright, I'm considering that.
I'm not sure what Arcane Arrestor is, but it's probably in one of the books, so I'd have to look that up. Or you'd have to.
Wait, you said Arcane Arrestor?
Yeah.
Give me a second and I'll tell you what it means.
I don't see Arcane Arrestor as one of the qualities of a.
I'm sorry.
laptop.
I'm on Fomori. Metagenic improvement to strength, Cyclopean eye, and distinctive style. Fair enough?
Yeah, let's see.
So, if you were in security, you could say you're keeping your eye on people.
Oh, god damn it. If you name this troll Bill Cipher, I will love you forever.
Beautiful.
Pacifica and Dipper forever!
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna buy a vehicle and it's gonna be a blue bus and I'm gonna call it Randy.
Here's your freaking fiber optic hair.
Why the fuck would you want to ride Randy? Seriously. What the fuck?
Are those glow lines around his
Destroy
hair?
anything it runs over. That's why.
What?
Holy shit.
Because it will destroy anything it runs over.
Yeah.
Alright, well there is some fiber optic hair for sure.
Oh wait, hold on a moment. What the hell's going on with Reddit now? Grums is tweeting, why is everyone still on Reddit?
I don't... can I be blunt? I don't know why anyone's still on Reddit.
Well, most people tend to not pay attention to drama, so they don't know this kind of shit's going on, but... Seriously, all I know about Reddit that's happened today, or within the past few days, has been the court case thing where the CEO lost her sexual discrimination claim, gender discrimination claim, a lawsuit with her previous employer.
Ooh.
So...
I don't know
Dark
what's
Star.
going on then.
Hmm.
Darkstar, you're being...
Yes.
Alright. So, it's
Ta-da.
either... Right now, I'm considering either Cyclops or Magic User, but I have no idea much about the magic.
Okay, magic is nowhere near as flashy or really as particularly... Well, I wouldn't say it's not useful, but it's nowhere near the level of D&D. Magic is really new to the world, and as such, magic is very slowly leaking into the world. Jinns, basically, they channel power through their body, and the body channels it to get results. The only problem is using your body as a focal point is not good for your health, so you can get basically magical backlash every time you focus it.
Okay.
So, it's very useful, it's very varied. There are two types. There's a physical adept, which is someone who focuses on using their magic to focus on themselves and to improve their own body. And then there are just basic magic users who focus on casting spells on both themselves and others. If you get to the next section, you're going to have to take a quality that says magician. So you would take that quality and then you'd gain access to having a magic rating.
Right. Just something if I would like to decide on or as early as possible so I know what race to pick.
Well, yeah, basically you would get your own magic rating. So none of the ones here would really... Well, I lie. Elves are better as elves are better as mages because they have a better intuition, I believe. I.
Hmm.
That's why I'm a technomancer.
I'm going to make this very clear. You could pick an orc and still be a decent mage.
Orc and what?
And still be a decent mage. You could
Well,
pick.
I want to. Well, I don't want to do a half-ass mage.
No, if you were
You gotta
going
go full ass.
never do anything, never go full retard though. If
Why not?
it's a joke.
I know.
If you want an idea on Valen, though, just think about Mr. Violet from Tekken.
Got it.
Screw
Wait,
it.
am
I'll go with Cyclops. I'll stick with that.
Okay. You can still be a magician. Elf would be your other thing, but we already have like 4 elves. So
All the elves!
so if you want to do elf, whatever, but Cyclops would be a welcomed relief.
Uh-huh. So you all are faggoty elves. Got it.
Well, no, we've got hippy dippy female elf, and then 3 guy elves of varying dispositions, and then 1 minotaur, which is the troll variant, and then a fox. So
So
Troll
what
variant.
exactly is what exactly does willpower, magic,
okay,
reaction do?
okay, say that again. I couldn't hear you.
What does reaction edge do? Or what does any of them do?
Okay, so you've gone in as a okay. Body is your constitution. Agility is how quickly you physically react to something, so dodging, jumping, running,
Right.
sprinting. Reaction is how quickly mentally you're going to respond to something. So if I punch you and you roll reaction to notice and dodge, that's different than if you were just dodging something. Strength is, well, it's strength. Charisma is charisma. Intuition is how well you intuit something. You don't have to think about it, you just kind of understand it like a gut feeling.
Okay.
Logic is how well you can logically think things out. For instance, hey, maybe if I'm riding on a missile when it explodes, I'll blow up too. Which is actually something I had to have someone roll logic for once.
Okay.
Willpower is someone going to take over your mind super easily? Are you going to resist the effects of an addiction easily?
Alright. Does edge mean how edgy I am?
No.
Yes, that's exactly what it means.
No.
All points in edge.
Edge
Luck.
is luck. Edge is kind of like your skill that if I ask you to roll your edge pool, you're going to roll your edge pool. We'll discuss how dice pools work, but basically I'd ask you to roll a number of dice equal to your edge score. That's your edge pool. If I asked you to roll that, I'm going to see if you trip over the bomb that you didn't notice.
Okay.
You know, that sort of thing. But it has other uses. You can do things like spend a point to get extra dice, or spend a point to re-roll all your 6s, or re-roll all your failures, or stuff like that.
Okay. So what? All right. So I'm assuming. Screw it. Cyclopean Eye. Cyclopean Eye. All right. So.
I spy with my one eye.
Something that isn't an elf.
Yeah.
What? You're looking at Scruff's character again?
All right. So, um,
The dancing minotaur?
so you'll notice one thing: you have qualities, which are next to your main thing. You're going to want to go to that first. That's your easiest little bit.
Okay.
Positive qualities are positive things about your character. Their feats. Negative qualities are negative things. Their feats. So
Or what?
feats like in have
Yeah,
you
no,
played,
with the negative thing.
the negative thing
know.
are negative feats, yeah.
Okay.
So click add quality.
did.
You should see positive and negative. They'll give you the number of build points you lose or gain, and the source, which is like RC 110. You get to choose those, and I'll look them up, and I'll drop you, excuse me, the
So I
information.
can have all the free positive ones I want?
No, you top out at 35. Though the ones that came with your character don't count towards that.
Also, you can get negative characteristics, and it gives you
35.
yeah.
It'll give you
What?
up to if you take negative qualities, it'll give you up to 35 more bonus build points. So
All right. So this will take me some time to actually look here. So I think I'm gonna have to take some time to start researching that.
all right. Well, let me just go over some things for you to keep in mind, okay?
Okay.
If you go to skills, see
Uh-huh.
skill groups, and then you have active skills, right?
Right.
The skill groups take 10 BP apiece for every time you up them, but it'll give you, if you hover over one of them, a little icon should pop up that says Chummer Help. It'll say skills in this group. It'll give you all those skills up to the ranking in the skill group.
Okay.
Now, if you go to active skills, I think it's a 1-for-1 or a 6-for-1. Hold on. Sorry, it's a rising scale. You can individually pick those and just put them up. So skill groups if you want just all things, active skills if you want specific things in each group.
Okay.
So how does the Dryad look?
Wow.
Well, I think that's enough for me for today. I just want to let this soak in.
Okay. We'll be starting tomorrow, but just read over the book and you can probably fix it together. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Later.
I
Yeah.
used to draw a lot of characters who had like leaves and stuff for hair and feathers for hair, so
Nice.
I draw surrealism.
I try to draw. I just don't. I think I scared Second off. I think there was way too much, way too quickly.
I draw porn.
Draw porn.
Actually, I don't even draw it. I render it.
God, man, I remember one porn comic that I hope to hell you didn't
Author.
work on. It was like this barbarian chick woman.
Oh, I definitely didn't because I don't actually work on any comics until the
Oh.
one I just started.
Okay, then. Never mind. It
And
was
it's all 3D art anyway.
well, no, it was 3D art. That's
Oh, I might
the
know
thing.
who it is then.
It was like Zenora, the barbarian princess or something, and there was a lot of fucking. Let's just put it that way.
So I've got an idea for the record company that Valen owns, and I'm kind of torn between Bouncing Betty and Fat Randy.
Bouncing Betty and Fat Randy.
Fat Randy Records.
Is he going to be a 1A, 2A, or AAA company?
He's a AAA company.
Okay, that's going to be a megacorp. You realize that, right?
Yes.
Okay, there are like 10 megacorps. So he would be a subsidiary of one of those, or what are we doing here?
He's one of those that it is a megacorp, just relatively new one.
So your own megacorp. Okay.
It's a relatively new one that does not get involved in more of the politics that the others don't get involved in.
Okay,
He's relatively uninvolved.
Okay. Let me pass you something. I know you've done a lot of reading for this, but here's some more reading. Basically.
I still like the hair on this fox.
Very much. Okay, go down to...
Reminds me of V's hair.
Go down to Corp. COROPO. I believe that's the right one. Yeah, that's the corporate guide.
There's two of them.
The first one. The second one is Corporate Intrigue, which not something you need to read, but something I need to read. Go ahead, read through that, like at least the first chapter or so, and I think there's a building your corpse section, and go ahead and build that corpse. I'm going to leave all of this up to you. I will reserve the right, and this is me reserving the right now, to change anything that is absolutely stupid or does not fit in with the campaign, but I will generally leave whatever you hand me intact and inform you of said changes so you don't look like an idiot.
Okay.
Well, no more than usual, you mean?
Ha ha ha, funny. But really, since it's almost like these two characters are two halves of a whole in my head. Am I wrong?
Something like that, yeah.
Then I'm not going to take a character that's almost a half to your half and try to make it.
He's not, okay. You've got to, okay, Kai has gone through a lot of trauma in the past.
Yes, I can tell.
And he holds very tightly to his brother, who is not always the best person alive.
Yeah, no, I'm getting that. I'm getting that maybe Kai isn't the one who comes up with the ideas for killing people, but he's the one who's willing to do it for his brother.
Something like that, yeah. Valen's not inherently evil. He's not a, like, rogue evil character.
Gray morality, yep.
He's got very gray morality, leaning, like, on a 0.01 scale towards good. Like, if there was a dead line separating good and evil, he would be like 0.01 step to the left of good.
Okay, and in the same way his brother would be 0.01 to the evil?
No, Kai is actually the one that's the gray line.
Okay.
At least now. He really does not care. Kai really does not care one way or the other.
Okay.
He's given up on finding the family, but he still blames humans and elven culture for their loss.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Valen is more mad for him.
Right. So Valen has decided to pick up the Crusade of Vengeance.
Something like that, yeah. It's
Yay, vengeance!
Kai is like emotionally dead, pretty much,
Okay.
at least outwardly. Valen is a lot more, a lot better charismatically.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. And he's managed to go up the corporate ranking pretty quickly. He's the CEO of
Yeah.
a minor megacorp media company.
Yes, and he actually holds a large, very large share in its stock.
Okay, this is a public or private company?
It's got a front to it. The
Okay.
rest of the company is a front.
Oh, I see. He's involved in underworld electricity.
Actually, he is. He's like he's as shadow as he is as shadow as shadow operative can be.
Okay. Fair enough.
I love V.
Yes. I love them too.
His as far as I see him, he's a bigger entity than what he lets on to be.
Cool.
Which is pretty fucking big, since he's actually pretty damn big.
My artist, my heart.
Huge.
Could you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
There is something I'd like to use as an opening scene for the game, and you could probably do it really quickly and easily. It doesn't need to be in any detail or color, though having splash of color would be nice. I'm seeing a single budding leaf plant coming out of a crack in the pavement in a pool of light in kind of an urban cybertech trash covered street thing in the darkness. So like darkness, pool of light, and then this little rose flower thingy. If you could draw that, I would love to have it up at the beginning.
Alright, I can do a sketch of it right now, and I can actually make it, like, better and probably get it to you by tomorrow.
Are you sure? I mean, I could take the sketch now for all I care. It's just any art would be very nice. But if you want to do that, I will not say no.
Have you got a tablet? Have you got a tablet?
Yeah.
That explains it.
Yeah, I need a tablet myself. But anyway, Darstar. Okay, so your character is not so much evil as just willing to be used because he's emotionally dead inside.
Not so much used. Well, I guess he is being used, but it's not maliciously. Valen is basically trying to pull Kai away from a very dark edge. You gotta understand, Kai really, really, really hates elven kind.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
Valen is not that way.
No, he doesn't blame anyone.
He does blame a few specific elves, but ultimately Kai went as far as to say all the general way of elven thinking is totally fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And he blames humans because they were basically kind of implicit, or at least partially to blame.
Okay, I'm just going to ask, what do you mean by elven thinking? Because
Elven thinking of being more open and kind of like charismatic, and in the way that many of them like observe more peaceful natures.
And vegetarianism, etc., etc.
Yeah, Kai's not a vegetarian.
Sounds good.
Neither is Valen. He's like one of those. He's kind of like a Catholic. He's says, "Oh yeah, that's a great thing. We should all be it," but I'm not gonna be it.
Okay. That is also good. So Valen is pulling Kai from a dark edge.
Yeah, at least in his eyes, he's got a plot lined up, but it's
Oh.
kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I'm leaving that to you.
So he wants to wake his brother up, get him to stop thinking the way he does.
But he does. He wants him to stop hating everything.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
actually come back and be like, there's goodness in some life forms out here.
Well, the first step is I'm going to make a special thing for you. The first step is your brother tells you it would be, and I'm going to set this up tomorrow, but your brother's going to be the one that sends you on this upcoming Shadowrun with
Oh.
this large group of elves. For reasons, and we'll leave it at that.
Valen, I hate you. I know. I love you too.
Yeah, I love you too, bro. You know, he's at his nice desk looking over at you, and he goes, "Yeah, I love you too. Go on." I need you to do me a favor then. I know Valen's plot is up to me, but just straight out tell me, is Valen an evil bastard or a jerk with a heart of gold, or what are we talking here?
He's ruthless with a heart of gold.
Ruthless with a heart of gold. So probably
He doesn't care. He's not shackled by the way something gets done, but he wants the outcome to be a good thing for everybody.
Okay, so he is chaotic good.
Yes.
Okay. I
Only
can work with that.
if you were to look at his actions, you would think him to be very much lawful evil.
Sounds good. That is basically how most corporate chaotic good people deal with it.
This is a beautiful sketch.
It is. I'm just kind of admiring it.
Only
Heavenly choir.
I'm thinking of like Valen as like Mr. Vi without Mr. Violet without the pussy voice.
I'm going to try not to be too pussy when I talk to him. Yeah, but I will set this up tomorrow.
Think of him like with a Matthew McConaughey personality.
Oh God, don't start comparing to like stars. I don't understand that at all.
No,
But-
that's just in a movie. Every time he's got a personality, it's almost always the same.
Which is
That kind of very nice, kind of like down to earth type personality.
right,
Almost always smiling.
but then not really because he's super evil.
Well, no, just like kind of smiling, but like, yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, but you're probably gonna die tomorrow.
Fair
So-
enough. Okay. I can imagine him. We'll have to work this out again. This is clearly deeply intrinsic to your character, so forgive me if I do hit a few bumps as I'm trying to figure him out, but we'll work this through.
I'm just giving you material. I hadn't even created his backstory because I'm leaving that to you.
Okay, sounds good.
Mostly.
I
I
will
can,
work.
I can give you an outcome, but you can decide how to get there.
Okay, the outcome is he wants to pull him away from the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, first step is, hey bro, Darius just called me up. I need you to go pull his shit out of the fire.
Okay.
Well, we'll do the scene tomorrow. You're going to be the only person who does not have Spade as a fixer. I think you're going to have your brother as a fixer. If that's okay.
That's fine. I mean, shit, my brother could basically be the fixer for the entire group, but whatever.
I think Spade, again, he's a corporate entity. Spade is not. And generally, corporate entities are Johnsons, not fixers. You just seem to have a particularly involved brother. So he may act as a fixer, but for the moment, Spade is your best bet. Because he's able to interact with Shadowrunners without his, suit getting wrinkled.
Ah, okay.
Type deal. Because Spade is oh damn, Rachel is gone and we don't have Otter. Well, I'll reiterate this, but Spade is a former mafioso who basically got out of the war with the Yukaza. The
Yakuza.
Yakuza got out of the war with the Yakuza pretty much scratch-free, and not only that, but came out with more money than he was worth when he walked in. So there's a lot of discussion about who he backstabbed and then double backstabbed and then triple backstabbed to basically not have been hunted down.
A story that kind of began with Valen was that he was also military. It's kind of theorized that's how he got his start.
Mm-hmm.
Was dealings with other people while he was in the military.
Mm-hmm. I can do that. You said he was special ops.
Yeah, he was a different special ops team than Kai. But yes, he was in special ops.
To clarify, which side were they on in the Amerindian War?
I'd have to read more on that.
Uh,
I know that it was the American military that was supposed to protect Kai's family or get them to somewhere, and they failed to do that.
Okay, well that would place them. That wouldn't actually. That doesn't. I know this sounds weird, but that doesn't actually answer the question, because any Amerindians who were not at the Ghost Dance were being rounded up pretty quickly. So
Okay. Kai was part of the special ops group that was actually supposed to be part of a resistance.
Resistance against.
I don't know. Help me out here.
Okay, let's put it this way: the American military are fighting against formerly captive American Indians who were in a concentration camp style thing, who are holding them back with lightning. The Amerindians are trying to take a large chunk of land from America. Which side would he be on at that point?
He was the type that was fighting against the Indians.
Okay, so you were part of the U.S. military.
Yes.
Okay. You are, and I'm asking this for clarification, racially white, what? Black, Japanese, Spanish, Native American, what?
He looks olive. He's olive skinned. That's all I can really say. He doesn't even really know where exactly what his parents were.
So Heinz 57, we're going to go with.
Pretty much.
Heinz 57, Caucasian at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I like this one the best.
I don't know, the other one. The other one had some sweet foreground background going on, but that's actually pretty good too. It's up to you, artist choice. Okay, so you were part of the U.S. military in the special forces who were trying to interrupt the Ghost Dance. Your family was probably trying to get away from whatever natural disaster happened, and you were fighting against the Amerindians. So, oh yeah. You were on the front lines. You were being held off by the storm. You managed to survive. The volcano blast manages to not roast you and your convoy alive. You get back home. You get to where your family should be, and you open the door to nothing. And then they catch you up that your family was in a convoy that was attempting to get away from Mount Rainier when it fell into a lava pit. Your family's bodies have not been recovered. They were not sure if they were on the convoy at the time, but since they have not been found anywhere in the area, they assume not.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Alright, I've got my sketches down, so I'm just gonna...
Head off?
No, I'm gonna open up some other stuff.
Oh, okay.
References for the character I took my alias after.
Nice. That seems alright. Okay. I'm marking that down. Your brother would obviously have also been in the fighting. Unless... Would he be someone who would be helping out with the convoys? Or
No,
in the battle?
No, like I said, he was special forces. He was more mercenary hired by U.S. and U.S. military.
Okay. Sounds good. Noting that. So he would not have been involved in this incident. So he probably would have quickly figured it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm writing this on a sheet of paper so I can type it into my info.
Nerd Lord.
I can give you background on the wife.
Oh, the wife. You're going to probably have to give this to me again because I'm swiftly running out of light to write this in, but go ahead. I'll try my best to remember.
She was she specialized in arcane weapons.
Okay.
Basically, harnessing magic for the use of paramilitary arms. Basically, arms that use magic.
Do you like my picture for my Loki blog?
Very much so.
I love this picture.
So, paramilitary specializing in magic. Now, I'm going to check again. You realize that magic has only recently come out when the Amerindian War ends, right?
That's what makes her special.
Okay. Cool. So...
Another sketch of V.
Nice.
Where'd you get that shirt, Hollister?
What, this? No, I just randomly drew that. I don't think there are any other sketches on this page. I just drew V, a sorry excuse for a horse, and then a design for Loki.
My horse is substandard.
Give it a lick, it doesn't taste much like raisins. Alright, so wife in the very new magical field of weapons and tech.
Yes. She is a scientist that is basically working on bridging the gap between technology and magic.
Oh yeah, this is a sketch for Ari I have to finish.
Ooh. Alright, well...
Because I'm doing a thing for her roleplay blog. Like, this image is going to go on her roleplay blog for her theme.
Nice.
Alright, finished with my contacts. I will... Give me 1 second and I will send you the updated file with those.
Okay, so... Dark Star. Right, continue. Your wife was in technology and magic?
You what? What'd you say?
I said, so your wife was in technology, bridging the gap between that and weaponry?
Yes.
And magical
weaponry. This is my favorite picture. This is my favorite picture of Vivian. Movie.
Only Kai never knew this. He thought that she was just a standard R&D scientist.
Of course, of course. So you have just inserted yourself in the plot bus along with Rachel. Congratulations. Please hold on. It will be a bumpy ride. Awesome.
Ah yes, my picture of Segan.
Nice. So, anything else? Ooh, Ignis. Anything else that you are absolutely needing to get on this woman?
Sketches of V.
I'm thinking that our daughter would have like
There's the picture of Aqua and Eliza.
some sort of unique magical ability, or had some sort of unique magical or scientific qualities to her.
Okay, that I could probably do.
I threw in a couple of Matrix contacts as well. I figured that'd be appropriate since I'm a Technomancer.
Fair enough. Question to you. Were they both elves or were they human? Now remember, elves were pretty rare in time.
Yeah, they're both elvish, at least to my knowledge. Like,
They're both Elvis?
my wife was elvish, but we had some problems getting pregnant. That's all I knew. So our daughter is kind of a mystery.
Your wife was pregnant when she disappeared?
No. We had problems getting pregnant. She got pregnant. We had our daughter. Only I'm kind of confused as to why, because it's so hard for us to have kids. Yet we just kind of randomly, without any assistance, had a child.
Okay.
She wasn't really an elf.
Elves don't suffer that per se. I mean,
Without outside influence.
Without outside influence, they don't suffer. No. They don't suffer from the no kid thing. That's kind of a fantasy characteristic that doesn't exist here. They breed just as well as anyone else.
Well, what happens if
I'm saying that specifically, not as elves, just as individuals.
Oh, so you guys had a tough time, and then all of a sudden you get a daughter, and she's an elf.
Yeah, that's what I think anyway.
Okay, so it's like you struggle, and then one day, oh, out pops your kid.
Out pops a perfectly fine kid.
Okay.
With some strange qualities to her.
What strange qualities, might I ask?
That's up to you. I mean, I'm trying to tell you from a perspective of somebody who is looking on it and not knowing, just being like, that's kind of weird.
How old would your daughter have been when she...
when she disappeared?
Yeah.
I'm guessing 75.
5. Okay. So things you would have noticed about your daughter. First off, regardless of whether you or your wife had blue eyes, she has shockingly bright blue eyes that seem to have kind of a strange texture to them.
Maybe, if not bioluminescent.
Yeah, no, they're just short of bioluminescence.
Okay.
At the moment that you last saw her, she did not have bioluminescent eyes.
Okay.
I love bioluminescent eyes.
They're very pretty, aren't they? The other thing is she loved technology. Absolutely adored technology.
Okay.
Oh my.
5 years old, and she would ask you, her mom, her grandma, her grandpa, how everything worked. And if you couldn't give her a proper answer, she would take the damn thing apart.
Actually, she would probably just ask Valen because none of the other people existed except for me and her mom.
Oh yeah, sorry. Valen. And if Valen didn't know and you didn't know and Mommy didn't know, then she would take the damn thing apart.
There you go.
Sounds like my kind of kid.
Look at this stupid purple-haired pretty boy.
Very stupid, very purple, and very pretty. So,
Oh, so pretty.
Very pretty.
Very pretty, and also a cat vampire. He's a Bajan.
Yeah.
He's a cat pyre?
He's a cat
pyre.
I'm a cat pyre.
Pussy pyre.
I am a cat pyre. I am... Okay, I'm done.
And then I drew Loki in a dress for absolutely no reason.
So, here's a couple of things to consider in the time that you have been alive. You have never seen these two again, but you have gotten messages in very sporadic, like 50-year apart distances, that are addressed to you from someone who refuses to identify themselves, but who seems to talk about, like, they know who you
This
lost.
is the sketch for that.
Who you lost, and how you lost it, and that it tells you not to give up hope. That is the only thing I am inserting into your backstory.
Okay.
Is that every 50 years or so you will get a handwritten curly cursive note. No matter where you are, it will find you, and it will drop on your doorstep. And it's basically like, I know what's going on in your life. I know it's difficult. Please don't give up. You will find what you're looking for.
Okay.
And you probably have a suspicion it's your brother, but he denies it, and his handwriting is nowhere near that good.
Alrighty.
Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to build your backstory as I go to bed tonight. Speaking of which, yeah, I have about 5 minutes remaining on my battery for my computer, so I am about to wrap this all up.
Okay.
If you have any other questions, any other ideas, anything, please don't hesitate to drop me a note. I will be going to church tomorrow morning, but then after church I will do my best to sit down and go over everything. But for the moment, I've got to go. Good night, everyone.
Good nighty.
Ciao.
Ciao.